are here. It is officially the season finale for the 2026 season for the DubSea Fish Sticks, facing off in a rubber match this weekend against Elevate Northwest. Kyle Sweeney and Angus Trangmo with you for the final game at Mel Olson Stadium this season. We can't believe it's already here for interim head coach Mark Lynn and the rest of the Fish Sticks team, searching for their 25th and final win of the season. As Angus, we take a look at the highlights from last night's 6-4 win.
Yeah, a weird game all around. 4 errors for the Elevate Northwest Sasquatch in a game where the Sasquatch out-hit the Fish Sticks 10-7. DubSea did come out on top. There's Evan Hellner, who was eventually stick of the game. Becca Turnbow created some chaos in a 2-run second inning. Both of those runs were unearned, and that ended up really being the difference in that game, were the errors. And then here's some really nice base running from the Sticks that scored Jake Daly. That tied the game at 3 in the 6th inning, and then Braden Bartholomew, another run driven in for him this summer, just on quite the heater with runners in scoring position right now. That scored Hamada from second base. And then Evan Hellner, stick of the game last night, 2 for 3 and drove in a run with that base hit, his 21st RBI of the summer. And a win today would be a nice cherry on top to this season.
Here's Rylan Gullerton, which was one of the funniest calls of the season, getting an RBI walk, and then this ended the game. Alex Hamada all the way over to first. That was the 24th win of the year. They're 24-14. There was a great crowd yesterday. We are expecting an even bigger crowd today. It's going to be the largest crowd in franchise history once again here tonight. What can you expect from the Fish Sticks to try to snag that final victory?
Well, they need to get the crowd involved in this game early and often. On Thursday, it was a huge crowd for the last $3 Thursday of the year, but they really had nothing to cheer about until that 9th inning, and it was just too little too late. So a fast start for the Fish Sticks is going to be huge in this game, and the Sasquatch got out in front yesterday, and it was a back-and-forth affair the whole way until that 6th inning. So early and often for the Fish Sticks is going to be huge.
A win for Elevate Northwest on Thursday, a win for the Fish Sticks last night, and in the final game of the season for the DubSea Fish Sticks, they look to take the series. Kyle Sweeney, Angus Trangmo with you for First Pitch next here on the Fish Sticks Network.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
They always say, think happy thoughts. It's easy when you're a Wendy's Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion. I'm an instant dopamine hit. Get it? Dopamine? Like cookie dough. I said like cookie dough! Happiness is a Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion at Wendy's.
For over 15 years, As You Wish Electric has offered the comprehensive electrical solutions Seattle families trust. We are proud to announce that we can now also serve your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. As we grow, we are committed to delivering the same knowledgeable and friendly experience that earned our spot as the region's top-rated electrical company. Contact As You Wish Electric Plumbing, Heating, and Air today to learn more.
Back here for the 2026 season finale as the Fish Sticks are being introduced for the last time, and also for the last time, the Wendy's Cup Challenge out in center field, and the first fish as well. We'll start with the Wendy's Cup Challenge. There's a look at Connor Lee once again.
Just shows up to work every day like a champion to just film away. There he is filming the Wendy's Cup Challenge.
Really good first effort.
Yeah, it really was, and I thought this one went in at first. I think he did too before it bounced right out. That is the challenge with the Cup Challenge.
And then here we go. Slow-mo.
Look at the run.
Almost had it.
Second time that it just
almost
hits
had
the very bottom of the bucket and then just bounces right out. And then the small cup. I mean, we've seen it done before, but.
Here we go. That was Jack, our ticket guy, throwing the baseballs, and slips right through. So 1 for 4 today, but a great effort nonetheless. And then we got a very special first fish today. And we're talking about Special Olympian Abby McLean, a.k.a. Abby Grace Prettyface. Abby was one of the 2 women who represented Team Washington in the athletics competition at the Special Olympics in Minnesota in June, and she took gold in the 4x100-meter relay race in Minnesota. Really cool. She gets to be honored. Look at those medals. That's awesome. Big team picture, family picture. All great stuff. And now we have the national anthem coming up, performed by Tom Every.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Again, Tom Every with the national anthem there, and now just a few moments away as Cole Miller will take to the mound for the first start of the summer for Miller. It has been a really strong, now 14th appearance for Miller, all of which have come out of the bullpen, but he has looked really well.
22 innings over the summer for Miller, and Cole Miller is the king of leaving runners on base. He'll get into jams quite a bit, but he's so good at getting out of tight spots. An ERA of 3.27 on the summer, but a whip of 1.9, which kind of just speaks to how many runners get on, and then just Miller's ability to strand them. It's unbelievable, really, how he does it.
Going to Pacific Lutheran next season, and has been a very strong arm this year. We hope the best for him next season, but still one more start to go in the finale. We'll take a look at Elevate Northwest starting lineup for tonight, which is very similar a very similar lineup as compared to the last two nights. Julian Gonzalez is leading things off, and he is our burger batter. So if he strikes out, that means $2 off vouchers for Dick's Drive-In. However, we have been so bad at picking the burger batters, so if that's any indication, congratulations for Julian Gonzalez. He's going to go 3 for 4 tonight. But anyway, Landon Klein and Ashton Bergman follow. That's been the top 3 all series long. And then Kane Nishikawa, who was our burger batter on Thursday, he went 3 for 4. The third straight burger batter to have 3 hits in a ball game. And then Tilden Sue, Ethan Swallow, and Jacob Flores. Last play ball of the year. It brings a tear to the eye. And then finally, Zach Daniel, Owen Fahey, and Chase Clark, the 8 through 10 hitters. Again, another non-PIL game. So 10 batters for the last time this season. And maybe the last time I'll ever see or commentate a lineup with 10 batters in it.
Yeah, that's something that I definitely hadn't done before I got to White Center. But non-league game, you know what that means. One last fan batter.
There we go.
For the summer.
There we go. So here we go. Burger batter, Julian Gonzalez. He is 0 for 7 in this series. He is the fan batter, or the burger batter today, which has only meant good things for opposing hitters. As Miller starts off the season finale with a strike.
Miller's got a pretty good pitch mix. He'll lean on that fastball primarily, but likes the off-speed and throws at first pitch. Probably the first time we've seen a first pitch off-speed from him in quite some time.
Here's the 0-1. That one's also up in the zone for ball 1. So Gonzalez, Klein, Bergman due up. That's the same 3 we've seen at the top of the first inning in all 3 matchups now in this weekend. It was a different lineup on the June 28th matchup, as that one hits the corner for strike 2. Both Gonzalez and Klein and Bergman, so all 3 of them were not present in that first matchup. It's now a 2-1 season lead for the Fish Sticks this season over Elevate Northwest, but this is the rubber match for this weekend's series. That one does miss the corner. It's now a 2-2 count.
Close miss for Burgers right there, but Miller has shoved against this team this year. He's only thrown 2 innings, but 2 clean innings and 4 Ks in there as well.
2-2 incoming from Cole Miller. That one's fouled off, straight back.
What a shocker. The Dick's Burger batter just won't go away.
$2 off vouchers, and it just, the fans can't get them. Last 4 times, over. Here we go, another chance at Burgers. 2-2, and shocker, another foul ball.
This is incredible. I mean, leadoff hitter, this is obviously what Julian Gonzalez is trying to do, is work this count deep and find a way on base for the heart of the order. But, man, it's just uncanny how good the Burger batters are at not striking out.
The last 3 have had 3+ hits, and the one before that had a grand slam. Here's a 2-2, my goodness. The insurance balls are starting to pile up. Allstate, State Farm, all the other insurance companies are grinning ear to ear. That is 3 straight that have gone into the parking lot.
The insurance branches in Seattle are going to have an uptick once we reach next work week, and they're not going to know why, but I think we will.
A 4th straight 2-2. That one's hit well. Over to Jake Rolling, back in the lineup today. He goes across the diamond for out number 1. Rolling, we saw him in the batter's box late in yesterday's game, but finally back in the field. It's great to see him back.
Yeah, and the throw was a little bit to the left of Braden Bartholomew. Bartholomew is so good that that's routine for him, but like you said, it is so good to see Jake Rolling back out on the field, and wish he could have come back sooner before the last game of the year, but he'll be hitting cleanup today for the Sticks.
Getting hit yesterday for the first time since July 8th. So 1 gone, but no strikeout for the Burger batters. That one is strike 1 to Landon Klein.
It's becoming a little worrisome how good Burger batters are at not striking out, I gotta say.
Klein's heading east to Pullman, play at Washington State next season. This one's hit well into center field. That is Jackson Dulé, who's going to sit under it for out number 2. Rylan Gillard's last game as a fish stick was yesterday. Departed from the team after yesterday's win, and, I mean, what a season for Rylan Gillard.
Yeah, I mean, the numbers speak for themselves with Gully, which we've said it every time he steps onto the field. He has just been so good for this team. The leadoff hitter, basically game in and game out, finishes with an average of .318 and an OPS of .822, driving in 27 runs on the summer, heading to Cal Lutheran this next year. And Gully is just such a good guy, and at the same time, he's such a good baseball player as well. It's hard not to like him.
Ashton Bergman will step to the plate as the 3-hole hitter for the 3rd straight game. Was 2 for 3 yesterday with a couple of runs. Really hard line drives. As there's a hard hit ball out to left field. Sonoy going back to the track. That one is gone. How about that for Ashton Bergman? He goes deep. And it's a 1-0 ball game.
Wind is blowing directly to left field today, and that ball just would not come down the whole way out. And Riley Sonoy, it looked like he might have a chance, maybe even in the grass, but just kept going back and back and back. And Jacob Flores goes oppo to get the scoring started. The Sasquatch did score 1 in the first yesterday. Fish Sticks did come out on top in that game.
That was not Ashton Bergman. That is
I believe
my
you wrote
apologies.
In, did you write in the lineup from yesterday by chance?
I wrote in the lineup from yesterday.
That is a bummer.
You know what? Last game of the season. It's first time for everything. My apologies to Jacob Flores, who takes that opposite field for the homer. So Jacob Flores has the home run. Ashton Bergman is currently on deck, I believe, if I did not mess literally everything up in the lineup. I know for a fact Gonzalez and Klein were the first 2 batters, so we will go back to the drawing board.
While Cole is busy with that, Kane Nishikawa is in a 2-0 count, or at least it says 2-0 on the scoreboard. It's now 3-0 to Nishikawa, and he's had a great weekend and really a great season with Elevate Northwest, heading to Pacific to go play in the West Coast Conference after this summer.
3-0 now to Nishikawa after that home run from Jacob Flores. That's a zone finder for strike one.
It's important for Miller to bounce back, not just because of the home run, but because of falling behind 3-0 on Nishikawa, and 2 pitches in the zone to work this full. That's a good bounce back.
3-2 count now for Cole Miller. An early spark provided by Jacob Flores on a home run the opposite way to left field over the head of Riley Sonoy to start this game off. And that is inside for ball 4.
Whoa!
Excuse me, called strike 3. Boy, confusion across the entirety of the top of the first inning. And we'll take another look at what just happened.
That runs inside. It almost hit Kane Nishikawa, and he is distraught. But Jacob Flores makes it 1-0 Sasquatch, middle first.
For over 15 years, As You Wish Electric has offered the comprehensive electrical solutions Seattle families trust. We are proud to announce that we can now also serve your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. As we grow, we are committed to delivering the same knowledgeable and friendly experience that earned our spot as the region's top-rated electrical company. Contact As You Wish Electric Plumbing, Heating, and Air today to learn more.
Once upon a home, in a Seattle bungalow, the Huffs searched on Thumbtack to find their next pro. Now the job is all done, and the table is set. The hot dogs taste better on their fancy new deck. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
Back here for the bottom of the first inning. 1 run put on a home run from Jacob Flores in the top half of the inning against Cole Miller as we take a look at the starting lineup for the DubSea Fish Sticks in the season finale. As we mentioned in the top half of the inning, Rylan Gullard not in the lineup today. He played his final game yesterday. So Will Cooley, the future Zag, taking his place at the leadoff position, and then Braden Bartholomew, Evan Hellner, and Jake Rolling again back in the lineup. He's going to be hitting cleanup here tonight in his first start since July 8th. And then Noah Benedict, Riley Sonoy, and Jackson Dulay, 5 through 7 hole hitters. And then Noah Coog hitting 8th, Tyler Eisenhut hitting 9th, and then we can't fit it, but Alex Hamada is the 10-hole hitter in the last 10-hole batter, or maybe of Alex Hamada's career, depending on if he comes back to be a fish stick next summer. But before all that can happen, we've got fan batter Bennett, our 6th and final fan batter of the season.
I do appreciate the stats for him, although he is zeros, given that he is 0 for 0 on the year. And fan batters are now 0 for 6 on the summer, 0 for whatever. Historically, we're still looking for our first fan hit. But I got to say, Bennett's stance in the on-deck circle looked promising. This is a guy that's definitely played baseball before.
So here we go. The thing I was most excited for this season, the fan batter, facing off against Cody Moyer. First time the Fish Sticks has faced off against Moyer this year. Oh, ball 1 down low. Okay.
I'm telling you, I watched Bennett in the on-deck circle. He has more of a feel for that, for the plate, than I think any fan batter we've seen this year.
Have had base runners in the history of fan batters, including one that came across to score a run. This year, we have not had a single base runner. It is 2-0. Oh my goodness. It's 3-0.
Take sign all the way if you're Bennett right here.
He will run the bases and be the first base runner of the game. Okay, there we go. There's a strike.
3-1. You swinging if you're in this position? Are you looking to swing? Because Bennett, I mean, obviously, you know, he's showed the discipline. He in the box, he looks like he could pass as a fish stick.
Here we go. The 3-1. He's way behind that one. Count will fill up.
First swing from him, and full count. This is going to be big to see how he approaches.
The payoff pitch, and he does swing and miss. It was a good-looking swing, and he was 1 ball away from getting on first, but he is the first out of the inning ultimately.
Dang, 3-0, and then Cody Moyer finally finds the zone and locks in. 3 straight strikes to sit down Bennett, but a good at-bat, just a little bit behind that fastball.
Here we go. Now to the real top of the order with Will Cooley. Cooley, first pitch swinging, dribbles it right back to Moyer, who loses his hat, but he's going to flip over to first and talk about a quick first 2 outs of the inning.
Cooley goes after the first pitch, which is something we've seen him do quite a bit in his month with the Fish Sticks, but now the king of going after the first pitch, Braden Bartholomew, will step in. No runners on and 2 down, which is really when you want Bartholomew at the plate.
Bartholomew takes a look at ball 1, and what a summer it has been for Braden Bartholomew. He came in from Southeastern. He started in 33 games, played 45 total last year, and hit above 300 with 3 homers and 36 RBIs. He's got his average after a roller coaster first month of the year, so that's ball 2. His average is all the way up to 273 this season, which is the highest it's been. He leads the team with 5 home runs and 37 RBIs. He has just been an RBI machine this year. Count now 2-1.
In 3 games against this Elevate Northwest squad, he's come to the plate 13 times, 8 ABs. He's got 4 hits, including one that went over the fence, and 2 doubles. And he's got another one right here. He's just killing this team.
Another hit for Braden Bartholomew, who's hitting .375 over the past 8 games overall for this Fish Sticks team. And he will be aboard with 2 gone. Bartholomew's got 37 RBIs this year, 10 more than every other player on the Fish Sticks.
Just insanity how good he is at that. And Evan Hellner, last night's stick of the game, comes up, and Jake rolling on deck.
First pitch swinging up the middle. Could be a tough play. Zach Daniels got it and will get the lead runner at second base. So Daniel making the move from short to second in today's game, and nice looking play there to get out number 3.
That was really nice. That's a tough play right behind the bag, and Zach Daniel smoothed the whole way through. Again, he's been playing shortstop this weekend. Moves over to second, has to range to his right, unnatural for the primary shortstop, and just makes that look simple.
So here we go. In a day of many lasts this season for the Fish Sticks, it's the last tug of war down the first base line, and we have got a game just jam-packed with mini game action going on between innings.
I'm not sure the right side was ready. Looks like they'll pull back here, though.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's never going to help.
Man. A tumble, and he's trying his best. He's just clinging onto the rope. I don't know if that's really helping.
Now he's taking his team down.
The domino effect.
You know, I hate to pin it on one guy. I really do. But when he went down, that was the end of the game.
It was. And again, the largest crowd in franchise history. You take another look. Oh, boy. He hit the deck pretty hard there. Hope he's all right. But the largest crowd in franchise history. It's been broken a couple of times this year, and then this game was sold out days before the first pitch and the first time the gate opened today, which is always an hour and a half before the game. But this is one that we are expecting to be pretty loud tonight.
Yeah, and Elevate Northwest, I mean, first inning they have a dinger that puts them out in front, and then they hold the Fish Sticks to a donut in the first. So if they can get the momentum in this game, they saw it on Thursday where they just took the crowd out of that game for 8 innings. And then when the crowd did get into it, you could tell the Elevate Northwest pitching staff, particularly Kai Keith, just got rattled in that 9th inning. And that's why 3 runs came across, and that's why that game ended up being as close as it is.
So 1-0 here in the top of the second inning. Cole Miller out again for another inning of work. It's his first start, but 14th overall appearance. There's Ashton Bergman. He takes that over to left field. Riley Sonoy ranges over to snag it for out number 1. So Bergman's been having a heck of a series. We highlighted it when I thought he was up to the plate, but it was actually Jacob Flores who then responded with a home run the opposite way.
Riley Sonoy usually plays out in right field. Today it's Noah Benedict out in right, and Sonoy usually doesn't have to deal with that sun setting over the rain cover here down the first base line seats, and makes it look easy over there because that's a tough ball to read with how bright it is.
That'll bring up Ethan Swallam catching tonight's game behind the dish for Elevate Northwest, headed to Pacific University. One of the 2 guys headed there with Kane Nishikawa next season. 1-0 finds a part of the zone for strike 1. Swallam had a great game yesterday. One of the many guys with multi-hits. And in both games this season, or both games this series, excuse me, Elevate Northwest has out-hit the Fish Sticks. That one just misses for ball 2.
Yeah, Swallam's final line last night ended up being 2 for 4 with a run driven in. So really good day at the plate for him.
Takes a drive here out to shallow right field. Benedict charging in, lays out, will not be able to make the grab, and it's in fair territory. Swallam headed to second. That one gets away from rolling, and Hamada has to dive to save 90 feet. Oh my goodness, there was so much going on in that play. And after the kid hit the deck in the tug-of-war, I think about 4 players hit the deck. There's one. That would have been an insane catch from Noah Benedict. And then here, Swallam hits the deck, Rolling hits the deck, and then Alex Hamada, who you couldn't see there, hit the deck in the outfield to save an extra 90 feet.
I mean, what a play by Hamada to back that up. He was out of position to start, and full extension on that ball to nab it off the ground. And when you're moving from the outfield grass to the infield turf over and over, when you're moving around in that area, it's tough to keep your balance, and Alex Hamada just made it look routine right there. But good heads-up base running from Swallam, and he's in scoring position.
I believe that will go down as a double.
I think it will.
Which is possibly the most erratic double I've ever seen in my life. You see a new thing every day at the Friar. That has never been more true this season. We have seen some wacky moments. That just piles on to the list as Tilden Sue takes a look at ball 1.
Not a great day for Sue yesterday by his standards. 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts. And back in the lineup, this is a guy that's gone yard here at the Friar this year. This is a guy that's thrown 3 scoreless innings. He's heading to NYU to play baseball this coming season. This is a talented human and also a talented baseball player.
Takes a huge rip on an off speed from Cole Miller and swings through for strike 2. Yeah, the purple batting gloves he's got going on. And the torpedo bat. Pretty insane color combination going on there.
The purple and red?
The purple and red. Is there a purple and red collegiate or pro sports team?
Purple and red.
You would know better
if
than
you want
I.
to count like the eye of the Baltimore Raven, they're kind of purple and red. Obviously they're purple, but it does have the red eye. But I'm not sure that's listed on the team colors, so I would have to say no right there. There is one. I don't know if it's red or orange. I'm going to review on the Evansville Purple Aces. Give me a second.
That's a great shout. Here's the 2-2 from Cole Miller to Sue. That one almost bounces off the plate for ball 3.
That's orange.
It's orange? Almost. Yeah. Fun fact, I actually had to do a writing assignment back in elementary school, and I chose Evansville as the basketball team in Indiana. It was just a basketball short story. I chose Evansville. I don't know why. I don't know why that
remember
popped
when
in
they
my
beat
head.
Kentucky?
I do remember that.
That was awesome.
That was sweet. Here's the payoff pitch, is dribbled down the first base line, foul. Also, it is a history-filled sports day today here on August 1st. We've got 3 that we're going to name out for you. This one's special for the Sweeney household because we were at this game. But the Rockies beat the Pirates 17-16 on a walk-off home run from Brenton Doyle a year ago today.
Yeah, that
electric game.
That was an amazing game because the Pirates scored 9 runs in the first inning and
they
lost.
Did. Yep, 5 runs before the first out. Here's the payoff that's once again fouled back. Insurance company's smile just gets wider on that one. We saw 3 straight in the top of the first inning. But again, number 2, TJ Warren, Bubble Warren, 53 points on 20 for 29 from the field. That is unreal. He did that. That's got to be, 6 years ago today? Because it was the bubble?
Yeah, 2020. So, yeah.
Bubble TJ Warren.
Bubble hoops were just so pure that you had guys that were just putting in games like that. I don't know if you remember, this is the earliest memory I really have of being like a true Utah Jazz fan. is the Jazz played the Nuggets in a first-round series in the bubble, and Donovan Mitchell and Jamal Murray went head-to-head in one of, if not the greatest playoff series I've ever seen.
Definitely. That one's a fly out to Riley Sonoy, who called off a charging Jake Rolling, and Miller wins the battle on a deep count with Tilden Sue for out number 2. Ethan Swallam still at second base after a crazy double.
17-16, TJ Warren, and then what's the other one?
We'll get to it after this pitch. That one is in there for strike 1 to Owen Fahey. This one's an interesting one, but I don't really know if we should actually. We definitely shouldn't celebrate this, but it is Paul George USA Leg Day.
Oh,
yeah, that's not one we celebrate, but that was today. I don't think that was the one we were thinking of.
Yeah,
there's one more. We're not celebrating that one. This one's up the middle. Noah Kuhn can't get to it. Now Swallam's being charging. Oh, yeah. Cut off by Bartholomew. Man, that was a crazy transition we had from Paul George to an RBI single from Owen Fahey, but it's now 2-0 here in the top of the second inning. And Elevate Northwest on top once again.
Elevate Northwest, in their series of games here at the Friar this summer, they scored 3 runs about a month ago, and then 4 runs on both Thursday and Friday. They've already got 2 here in the second inning. That's on 3 hits. And they're seeing the ball from Cole Miller. Again, this is a guy that hadn't given up a run in 2 innings against this team coming into today.
So now Zach Daniel made a great play to end the bottom of the first inning. Is up to the plate, takes a look at ball 1. So a solo shot from Jacob Flores in the top of the first. And now an RBI single from Owen Fahey that scores Ethan Swallam from second base. That one catches a piece of the plate for strike 1. So Miller, we talked about it before he took to the mound. He was really good this season at getting out of jams all season long. Has an ERA just above 3, as that's a swing and a miss from Daniel for strike 2. And right now, Elevate Northwest, just as they did yesterday in that game, they jump out to the first lead over the Fish Sticks.
I'm surprised we haven't seen a stolen base attempt from the Sasquatch today. And Owen Fahey, a very small lead. It looks like he won't be going here, but they ran all over the Fish Sticks last night.
Right on cue, checks over to first at Fahey. 6 stolen bases in last night's game for Elevate Northwest, including a couple of double steals. 1-2 is outside for ball 2. Miller's been ahead in multiple counts early on, and Elevate Northwest just will not go down. They've only struck out once. It was Kane Nishikawa on kind of a questionable call to end the top of the first inning. Here's the 2-2. That's up and away for ball 3.
Zach Daniel hitting 9th. He's followed by Chase Clark, who might be in the 10 hole today, but is a good hitter. He went 1 for 4, drove in a run last night with a strikeout mixed in there as well. But this lineup has a lot of depth. They just haven't been able to put it together into a real crooked number.
Pop fly a million miles in the air. Noah Kuhn and Bartholomew on it. Kuhn's going to call him off for the third out of the inning. 2-0 Elevate Northwest on an RBI single from Owen Fahey, and the Sticks lineup looking to respond.
You ever wonder how Crispy gets to the Friar for games? He uses King County Metro's Rapid Ride H-Line. King County Metro, the official commute of your DubSea Fish Sticks.
Once upon a home in the Issaquah Highlands, the Parkers used Thumbtack for a new kitchen island. Now the pizza is cooking and the kids are excited. Thank goodness for Thumbtack and all it provided. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
T-shirts being tossed to the crowd down the first base line. That's Rodrigo Montano and Beckett Turnbow joining Connor Lee, who's got 2 cameras in his hands.
Oh, that's our Osmo.
Yep, the Osmo we use for road games. Again, look at that crowd. It's packed in the ice chest. It's packed on both sides, on both the third base line and the first base line. And then there's also people spilling over into the fishing dock down right field. And you got Crispy, you got Jonah, our on-field host. And there's Rodrigo Montano. Great outing yesterday for Montano.
He was nasty in that game, and that's not the first time he's just had some insane relief innings for this squad.
So Cody Moyer back out after a scoreless bottom of the first inning, and Jake Rolling back into the lineup. His first start since July 8th for a guy that has been hitting at an unbelievable mark this season. Hitting .475 on the year as he takes a look at strike one. And that is with a pretty big sample size. He's had 15 games this year and 56 plate appearances. He is 19 for 40 with a 1307 OPS. Unbelievable numbers. That one's fouled straight into the fence down the first base line. Almost hit Noah Benedict, just kind of shaking his head. So Rolling popped out yesterday in his first at-bat in over 3 weeks. Looking to get back on track in the last game of the season. That one's out and away from Moyer for ball 1.
Hold on. We got a kid in a Mike Ford Mariners jersey here at the game.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome. I just wanted to share that. We can go back to the Fish Sticks now. That might be the best jersey I've ever seen.
You're catching a glimpse of the jersey on the left side. It's that turquoise jersey. Rolling takes this the opposite way, and just like, oh boy, play it first. Rolling almost was tagged out there by Ashton Bergman. But Rolling, as we've seen all summer long, a single to the right side and right back where he started.
Well, Jake Rolling hasn't really run in a baseball game since playing the Marionberries on July 8th, and instantly his speed is tested, as that's a really nice heads-up play out there by Bergman to throw to first, but Rolling does beat it out, almost the rare 9-3 ground out.
Noah Benedict into the box now. He swings and misses at strike 1. Benedict is another guy that the Fish Sticks haven't seen in the lineup consistently down the stretch this season, but has been a really good bat for this team. He's hitting .291 right now, but it's hit a little bit of a slump. That one does catch the inside corner for strike 2, but his average has hovered above .310 for a majority of the season and has been a really good bat.
I think the extended part of the zone to this game is going to be the inside third to batters both on the righty and lefty side. So anything inside, going to have to be aggressive today.
That is strike 3 on Noah Benedict. Quick work for Cody Moyer. That'll be the first out of the inning.
And after giving up a leadoff base hit, obviously things can go south quickly if you're a pitcher, but that time Cody Moyer just strikes out Benedict on 3 pitches. Now he's back in his groove.
That'll bring up Riley Sonoy, who takes a look at ball 1 inside. Sonoy was hitting so well for this team until an unfortunate groin injury on a road trip to Central Washington sat him out for about a week or two, and he's been trying to find his groove since, and that's going to help. That's a line drive single the opposite way into left field. 2 runners are aboard, and a lot of smiles for Riley Sonoy, and he deserves it. And he's on first.
Single from Rolling, single from Sonoy, and with Jackson Dulé coming up. This is almost kind of reminiscent of last night's game where Elevate got out in front and then the Fish Sticks had a response, and neither team could really pull away. It only ended up being a 2-run game. The Fish Sticks looking for a response right here. This has the makings of one.
Dulé takes a look at off speed that catches the corner for strike 1. Dulé slashing .263, .408, .812 this season. Has a ton of speed, is a great glove in the outfield, and has just had a knack of finding ways to get on base all year long. That one's just outside for ball 1.
Back to that Sonoy base hit. He goes opposite field for that single. We don't see him go oppo a whole lot. Most of his hits find that gap in right center field for his lefty bat, and that time he just sneaks it by the shortstop. It's Nishikawa at shortstop today. He usually plays third for this team.
Dulé swinging. This one is over to short. Nishikawa over to Daniel, over to Tilden Sue, who does make the snag out of the turf to end the inning. Double play turn from Elevate Northwest to keep the Sticks scoreless. And players who were out of their positions from the last couple of games combining there to make the outs.
That's a really nice turn from the Sasquatch right there, textbook 6-4-3. And like you said, Kane Nishikawa Kane Nishikawa, I beg your pardon, he's been playing third. He's at shortstop today. Zach Daniel, who's been playing short, he's at second today. That didn't matter at all on that play. They all looked natural. And Tilden Sue, the final end of that double play, had a rough night in the field. Last night he let a couple gettable balls by, turned into errors for his infield. And that time he just makes that dig look simple.
Here we go. We got the Pro Time Sports uniform race, the final one of the year where we get to see the most oversized jerseys of all time.
Someone's got a lead today.
There we go. Look at that jersey.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man, this is a tough one now.
We might see some tripping and falling down the stretch.
Oh,
and
no.
There it is.
What a call. What a call from Angus Trangmo. It does not matter. Oh, man. And the hair in the face. Everything going wrong, but it doesn't matter. She takes the win. Look at that jersey. It's absolutely massive.
Those are our fan batter jerseys for guys like Bennett, who are the fan batter at ball games, and
just completely blind. Oh no!
That was a good job by her to lead with the knee and not let the face get like just a mouthful of grass, and she took it like a champion, got right back up, ended up winning the race.
Uniform falling off. Pat completely blinding her, hits the deck, and still wins. And we have seen multiple players hit the deck today. More than I thought. Rip up the middle for Chase Clark. Dulé, what a grab! Full extension as Cole Miller extends his cap. Wow.
You were just talking about players and Pro Time Sports uniform racers hitting the deck. And Jackson Dulé hits the deck right there. That's full extension out in center field. And Chase Clark thought it got down. It looked like there might have been a bounce before it got into his mitt, but
here's another look.
Ruling on the field as it's caught, and I think they got that one right. What a play.
An absolute web gem from Jackson Dulé in the spot of Rylan Gullard today. We talked about Dulé's glove when he was at bat in the last inning. And man, one of the plays of the summer here in the season finale.
There's a reason he moved into center with the absence of Rylan Gullard, and that's because he covers that space just as well as Gullard does. And Gullard does it very well in his own right.
Back to the top of the lineup card, we've got our burger batter. Julian Gonzalez, back up for a second time, was deep in a count in the first inning. Now in game 5 of the burger batter with no strikeouts. Everyone is sad. This one ricochets off something, and now it's spinning towards first base. What just happened there? That ball hit off something, either in the batter's box or off of the body of Julian Gonzalez, and it took a wicked spin away from Braden Bartholomew. We'll take another look.
Oh, the front of home plate.
Take a look at the spin right here.
Oh. And that'll go down as a hit as well for Julian Gonzalez. That's his first hit of the weekend, and it's one step closer to a 3-hit game from the burger batter.
Have you ever seen a spin on a baseball like you just saw there?
No. If Landon Klein was the burger batter tonight, that would have been a simple ground ball.
Here's a bunt. Hamada charging in, makes the throw, and not in time. And just like that, 2 base runners are on for Elevate Northwest.
Klein, the 2-hitter in this lineup, one of the bats with the most pop in the Sasquatch order, understands the situation, sees that Alex Hamada's playing deep over there, and lays down just a beauty of a bunt, and not really a close play at first the whole way.
One of our last looks at the fresh catch this year.
Gonna miss it.
Gonna miss it. Great food.
Again, it would ruin our night if a bowl of pulled pork mac and cheese just ended up on our table.
Flores hit a solo shot back in the first, and he's got another RBI here. He's thinking, too, the throw to plate is not in time. Julian Gonzalez scores from second base. And Jacob Flores, through 3 innings, a double, a home run, and 2 ribbies for this team that takes a 3-0 lead.
And he goes oppo again off Cole Miller. He's just taking the velocity and not rushing it. And both of those balls were hit hard, scorched even, out to Riley Sonoy in left field. And Sasquatch now have a run in every inning in this game. It's 3-0.
That'll bring up Kane Nishikawa with 2 runners in scoring position. That one off the play for ball 1. It took 3 pitches for 3 base runners and a run to score off of the spinning ground ball from Julian Gonzalez. Next pitch was a bunt single by Landon Klein. So that one's in there for strike 1. And then the pitch after that, Jacob Flores rips a double the opposite way, the same way he took his solo home run in the first inning. And in quick succession, Elevate Northwest builds its lead. That one's fouled back from Nishikawa. It's now a 1-2 count.
And you can see the infield in, especially the corners for the Fish Sticks right now, just trying to do anything to keep Landon Klein at third. But Nishikawa's been a hit machine in this series, and any hit likely scores 2.
Here's the 1-2 from Miller. Over to third base. Hamada gathers it, throws it away. That's going to score another run, and I think Hamada was battling with the sun mid-play. If we take another look, you can see the two-tone there in the infield where Hamada is standing. We take a look.
He had trouble reading the ball and gets it into his mitt, and then the throw just way away from home plate where Evan Hellner is waiting, and that should go down as an E5 on Hamada.
That will score the 4th run of the game for Elevate Northwest, who have jumped out all over Cole Miller. Nishikawa is just going to stroll over to second base. No throw from Hellner. And now an opportunity for Ashton Bergman to build on this lead.
Hard contact for Bergman first time up. It just ended up right at Riley Sonoy out in left field.
Bergman was 2 for 3 with 2 runs yesterday. Was 1 for 4 in game 1. That one out and away for ball 2.
Cole Miller is now north of 50 pitches on the evening, so got to expect action in the Fish Sticks pen at some point.
Miller will step off. This inning switched with the snap of a finger.
The spin of a ball.
The spin of a ball.
The bounce of a ball, if you will. Just so weird how Julian Gonzalez got on base.
This one's ripped over to Rolling. He makes the sliding play over to first. What a play from Rolling. But that will score another run for Elevate Northwest.
Boy, the 2 outs in this inning are both defensive highlights from the Sticks. First it was Jackson Dule, full extension out in center, and then Jake Rolling dives to his left, loses the sunnies, and kind of just has to fight through the sunnies falling down right in front of him. Perfect throw to Bartholomew. That's a really nice play to get the second out.
Nishikawa did stay at second, so still a runner in scoring position now for Ethan Swallam. Takes a look at ball 1 low. Swallam had a chaotic last at-bat as there's a look at the very crowded ice chest here on just a beautiful Saturday night. The weather has mostly cooperated this season. 1 game did get canceled, but other than that, White Setter has just been showing off. And up the middle, another base hit for Ethan Swallam. Nishikawa is rounding third base. The throw is going to be cut off. And Elevate Northwest, their offense is clicking on all cylinders right now. They are jumping out to a 5-0 lead.
I believe that makes it 6-0. That's a 4-run third for Elevate Northwest, and they hadn't scored more than 4 in 3 games here at the Friar coming into the day, and they just get to Cole Miller this evening. Fish Sticks will turn to the pen here, and it's a long road back for DubSea now. And if it wasn't for Jackson Dule out in center field, a full extension grab, and then Jake rolling a diving stop at short and heading over to first, this would be even more dangerous than it already has been.
So a spinny ground ball that spun away from the first baseman, Braden Bartholomew, started out this whole avalanche. Julian Gonzalez reached base on what will go down as a single. The next pitch, Landon Klein with the bunt single, perfectly executed. Alex Amata at third base had no chance. And then Jacob Flores, the very next pitch, a double to the opposite side of the field for the lefty Flores. That scored Gonzalez. Then on an error from Alex Amata, Kane Nishikawa scored another run. And then Ashton Bergman, the following batter, on a hard line drive right at Jake Rolling. Rolling saved a run coming from second, but he did go to first to make the out. That scored another. And then Ethan Swallam with his second hit of the game right up the middle after a double in the second. Scored the fourth run here in the top of the third, and it has just been chaos for Elevate Northwest, as in the last game of the summer, the Fish Sticks got an uphill battle.
And this will be Garrett Levenhagen on the bump for the Fish Sticks. This is his first outing of the summer at the Friar. We did see him up in Everett. That was his first work in any capacity with the Sticks all year, so a very late addition to this bullpen. He threw 2 innings against the Merchants, gave up 2 earned runs.
So he will come in with 2 gone here in the top of the third inning. Swallam will be on first after a double in the second inning that just hugged the right field line. Noah Benedict came charging in from right field to try to make the diving grab. He could not. And on a pop fly, Swallam got to second base. He's 2 for 2 with an RBI already today. So now it'll be Levenhagen coming in against Tilden Sioux to try to end this third inning. It has been a nightmare for the Fish Sticks. And they fall behind 6-0 to Elevate Northwest. This is their largest deficit that they've faced at the Friar all season long. Over to first to check on Ethan Swallam. And Sioux had a tough day yesterday. He was 0 for 3 with 3 Ks. Was not able to make a couple of plays over at first base. Has made a great snag already. That one gets away from Hellner, and Swallam will head to second.
Fish Sticks trail by 7 in this building to the Seattle Studs. That was in the 7th inning. They came back and won that game, and would it be the final Fish Sticks game of the year if they didn't just put together some crazy comeback tonight?
They tried to in game 1 of this series. They plated 3 in the bottom of the 9th. They needed 4 and weren't able to get to that point. But you are right. Thank you for correcting me. A couple of corrections both ways on the season, but I think it's lopsided more towards you correcting me. So I will tip my cap there.
What does that say about me is the question.
We'll take some analysis after the game.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, I won't. I don't really want to do that. If you are so inclined, you can look through, but I would not like to watch all of our lowlights from this year, as much as that sounds enjoyable.
It's now 3-0 to Tilden Sioux. Swallam now in scoring position. 3 straight at-bats have scored runs for Elevate Northwest. They've plated 4 here in the top of the third inning to make it 6-0. .30 does find the zone. 4-strike run. So Levenhagen has got an uphill battle here in this at-bat, but Cole Miller, for what it's worth, did come back a couple of times from behind and counts.
Owen Fay on deck. He's already driven in a run in this game. That was in the 2nd.
Sioux, awkward swing, good pitch from Levenhagen, and the count is now full.
Obviously, you want to keep this on a 4 here in the third if you're Garrett Levenhagen. Captain Obvious strikes again. You don't want this team to score runs, but you also don't want to face any more batters than you have to here in the third. So an out of Sioux right here would be huge.
Payoff pitch with 2 gone. Sioux fouls it back. This Elevate Northwest team just will not go down without a fight. Cronkite School of Journalism really pushed into you in that last one right there. Had to throw it out.
Yeah.
Had to throw it out.
Booger McFarland came out at me. The team that is down should not allow runs.
That one just misses, and Tilden Sioux is aboard. So now 2 on with 2 outs, and that will bring up Owen Fay. As you mentioned, already has an RBI single in this game.
Yeah, this lineup is just making it look easy to get on base right now against the Fish Sticks. And again, Fay has already produced an RBI in this game. Comes up with another runner in scoring position. And boy, this would be even more of an uphill battle with a big hit here.
That went up and away to Fay for ball 1.
It is 17-16 day as well.
It is.
Yep.
We'd have to get into 9-0 first. That's the first obstacle after the first inning. What a game that was between the two just bottom dwellers of the MLB last year. That's upstairs for ball 2. So Levenhagen fell behind 3-0 last at bat. He's behind 2-0 right now to Fay. One run in the first, 1 run in the second, 4 here in the top of the third for Elevate Northwest. And that is upstairs, 2 straight 3-0s.
Zach Daniel on deck for the Sasquatch. And obviously 6-0, already quite the battle for the Sticks in this game. But if you bring in a second pitcher and more runs come across, that does something mentally to the pitching staff and just the team overall on both sides. Because if Elevate Northwest can say, man, we're seeing both these pitchers, we're going to see any pitcher great tonight. And then the pitching staff, man, we've had 2 pitchers just not throw that well today. Might not be our night. So Levenhagen, you want to keep them off the board here. It is huge.
The 3-1 dips low for ball 4. 2 straight walks for Levenhagen, and the bases are now loaded for Zach Daniel. Elevate Northwest, already a big lead early in this one in the season finale for the Fish Sticks. And Daniel, 1 swing of the bat. This could be real trouble for the Fish Sticks if they want to have a comeback in this one. First pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. That's good for Levenhagen, who fell behind 3-0, 2 straight counts in the 2 batters before.
First pitch strikes are always huge, but like you said, in that scenario where he falls behind in 2 straight counts to start his outing, that's a really nice one to see go over the plate.
That one dips below for ball 1. Chase Clark on deck, and he was robbed of a base hit on an absolute gem out in center field from Jackson Dulé.
That means Elevate Northwest has batted around in this 3rd inning. Clark led off the 3rd.
Here's the 1-1 that's fouled back. 7 hits already for Elevate Northwest, who again has out-hit the Sticks in both games this series. This is the rubber match after a 6-4 win yesterday for the Sticks and a 4-3 win in a thriller on Thursday for Elevate Northwest. 1-2 dives away. Good job from Hellner to keep that in front.
That is a really good job from Hellner to keep that in front, and that's because when you start messing with those angles with the backstop, that throws a lot of weird bounces into the picture. That's really the only way a runner can score from third here at the Friar.
The 2-2 popped up. Someone's got to call it off. Bartholomew does to make the final out of the third. A nightmare 3rd inning for the Sticks, who allow 4 runs to come across, and they've got an uphill battle going into the bottom of the 3rd.
For over 15 years, As You Wish Electric has offered the comprehensive electrical solutions Seattle families trust. We are proud to announce that we can now also serve your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. As we grow, we are committed to delivering the same knowledgeable and friendly experience that earned our spot as the region's top-rated electrical company. Contact As You Wish Electric, Plumbing, Heating, and Air today to learn more.
Back here for the bottom of the third inning in the season finale for the DubSea Fish Sticks in the 2026 season. Kyle Sweeney and Angus Tragmo, we have been glad to bring you it all season long. It will be sad to see it go, but as of right now, the Fish Sticks in a 6-0 deficit. I said that was the largest run differential they've faced at home this summer. That is not true. They faced a 7-0 deficit going into the bottom of the 7th inning against the Seattle Studs, and they came back and won that game. So what needs to happen here for the Sticks to come back in this one?
Well, first of all, before we get ahead of ourselves, just all kinds of credit to Elevate Northwest for, again, seeing a big crowd like this for the third straight game and just not letting it phase them in the early stages. And definitely today, more so than Thursday, they have just jumped all over the Fish Sticks. So they've got all the momentum, and this crowd really has had nothing to cheer for tonight. So credit to them. And if you're the Fish Sticks right now, base runners, base runners, base runners. It doesn't matter if it's a hit, a walk, a hit by pitch, an error. It could be a catcher's interference for all I care. You just need base runners to get the train moving a little bit. And we've seen so many comebacks from this team. There's no reason to count them out right now.
It'll be Noah Kuhn, Tyler Eisenhut, and Alex Hamada due up for the Sticks. 8, 9, 10 against Cody Moyer, who has just been so good here tonight. 2 singles in the second inning, both from Jake Rolling and Riley Sonoy, and then the next batter after Sonoy, Moyer, forced a double play to end the inning. This one's dribbled foul down the third base line.
Only 24 pitches in those first 2 innings for Cole Moyer, and just with how much production Elevate Northwest has had at the plate, it seems like he's barely been on the mound in this game. We've seen a starter go 3 innings, and then a middle arm go 3 innings, and a back end arm go 3 innings. Or at least he's intended to go 3 innings. We've already seen that twice from this team this weekend, and this would be the last inning for Cody Moyer, I beg your pardon, but I mean, if he comes out of this inning scoreless, there's no one in the bullpen right now for the Sasquatch, and really no good reason to take him out if he keeps doing what he's doing.
0-2 count now to Noah Kuhn. Swing and a miss. That does get past Swallam. Swallam's going to make the throw, and it gets away. Dylan Sue can't corral it, so Noah Kuhn will be at first base. Probably not the way he intended to, but the leadoff runner is aboard.
Got to take base runners how you can get them. I was just saying it doesn't matter how, and there's no pictures on the scoreboard, but Noah Kuhn is on base to start this third inning. That's all that matters if you're the Fish Sticks, and you'd like to start pulling runs back earlier, or sooner rather than later, because it was just too little too late on Thursday, and the Fish Sticks found out the hard way.
Questionable strike one call to Tyler Eisenhut, who's up for the first time today. Both Kuhn and Eisenhut, although their averages don't jump off the charts, their on-base percentage has been stellar throughout the season. And Eisenhut to the right side, and that will get down for a base hit. Bergman can't make the grab, and that'll get away, but Kuhn will stay at second base. And you know what they say, no one out-baseballs the Hut, and Ashton Bergman couldn't out-baseball the Hut there.
That's hard contact to the opposite field, and Bergman almost made a really nice play out there in right field on it and tried to sell his case and almost had Kuhn at second base as well. So a couple really close calls on that play, but again, another base runner for the Fish Sticks. And when you start moving ducks on the pond, things can get weird quick at the Friar. We see it almost every night where just whenever something weird happens, something weirder follows.
Alex Hamada, the 10-hole hitter, takes a swing and a miss.
Boy, what was that noise? That was a weird noise.
Zero idea. I dropped my pencil, and I reached down to grab it, and I hit the bleacher. Apologies to all the ears back home who that affected.
Apologies to headphone users as well.
That was a tough one. My flexibility's showing off there. Alex Hamada swings and misses on that bunt, and he's behind 0-2. Hamada's going to take a lot of momentum into next year at the University of Chaminade down there in Paradise in Hawaii. He has just been so good down the stretch of this season. Last time we'll see beers being poured at the ice chest this year. A true tragedy. Here's the 0-2. Hamada takes it to short. Nishikawa over to Daniel, over to Sue, and Sue left the bag and couldn't get the foot down in time. So Hamada will reach.
Would have been the second clean turn on a 6-4-3 from the Sasquatch in this game, and it started out really well, but Zach Daniels' throw just moves a little too high. And yes, Alex Hamada does beat that tag to the bag.
So that'll bring up Will Cooley. Cooley has had limited time this summer, just his 12th game for the Sticks, but he has been so great. Swung at the first pitch back in the bottom of the first and grounded right back to Cody Moyer, and quickly couldn't really introduce what Will Cooley has done. But the future Zag is hitting .375 this year with a .459 on base percentage. It has been kind of limited appearances for him, but he has really made a good showing for himself.
That's in 32 at-bats, so not the smallest sample size for him as well.
0-1 to Cooley. That one's fouled off. And Cooley taking Rylan Gillard's spot in the leadoff position for this game for a reason.
Absolutely, and with 2 runners on right now and Braden Bartholomew on deck, the last thing you want to do is hit a ground ball if you're Will Cooley. That's why we saw that foul ball into the air.
Both Cooley and Rolling having great summers. Both are incoming freshmen going to head coach Mark Maktoff at Gonzaga. Hamada takes off, and Elevate's just going to let him. He's going to jog into second base.
I don't think it would have mattered if they cared about the runner either, because Hamada just had a huge jump on the righty Cody Moyer.
So 2 runners in scoring position. Head coach Mark Maktoff for the Zags always said, ones are everything. Just chip away little by little at this lead. That's what the Sticks are looking to do here. I'm sure Will Cooley's going to hear that at some point in his Zag career. That one dips low for ball 2.
And you've got the middle of the order coming up for the Sticks as well. So this can turn into a big inning. We've seen this team put up 8, 9, 10 runs in an inning this summer already.
Cody Moyer didn't like that call. That just missed, and the count is now full.
How about that 10-run inning in Everett on Tuesday?
That was a fun one.
Yeah.
Fun for some people.
Fun for the Fish Sticks faithful up at Funko Field.
6 walks and a hit by pitch in that inning. That one curls just outside the zone for ball 4. Cooley is aboard, and the bases are juiced for Braden Bartholomew.
And they're getting runners on. This is why this team is so good at coming back in games, is they're getting runners on. A drop third strike, and then a single from Tyler Eisenhut and a walk right there. They're just finding ways on base, and now Braden Bartholomew, who's driven in 37 runs on the campaign, comes up, bags packed.
37 runs in 36 games. He's going to have another one here. It's a tough play over at third, and Bartholomew is gone, but he will score a run. That was Landon Klein at third base who made the play, but Bartholomew tacks on another to that RBI total that leads the team.
That's a smart play from Klein, because you can get rattled over there just with how high that ball bounced. I think he realized he's not going to have a play anywhere but first.
So Noah Kuhn, who reached on a drop third strike, came around to score. Now it's 6-1. And Evan Hellner, who has hit so well this season, an opportunity to cut deeper into this lead. That one's outside for ball 1. We talked a little bit about how well Hellner has hit this season in his first at-bat. He's slashing .323, .421, .826 this year. His stick of the game yesterday swings through strike 1.
When he's ahead in counts, he will take big hacks, and he can flip the switch from power to contact in his approach so well. That's why he's built such great numbers on the summer.
2 straight multi-hit games for Hellner in this series. But drive into the outfield with 2 gone here would likely cut into this lead. That one dives inside and low. 4-2. That was a kind of Captain Obvious moment there. I meant to say that with 2 outs, the runner on second base is going to be moving anyway. So just to clarify myself before you jumped in there, maybe a Booger McFarland moment for me.
I did not say anything.
That's great. 2-1. This one's over to short. Kane Nishikawa has it and fires over to Tilden Sioux for out number 3. Only 1 run comes across for the Sticks, but they are cutting into this lead. They still got a long way to go. And our final concession stand race from left field to right field is happening right now. This one's also got some classic moments in it. Crispy's joining.
I mean, I would take Crispy, but I have a feeling he's probably not going to finish this race. Yep, there you go.
Last race for Jackson, our mobile camera operator, too. Boy, is he going to win? He's chugging.
Jackson is going to win. Connor's going to lose, even though he had a head start.
There we go. I actually couldn't tell who won.
Is that a cupcake?
Is that fries? Can't tell.
If we could get a closer look at that costume that just won. It's a new winner. It's a unique winner for sure.
Mustard has had the... We just got word from Connor Ryan, our director, that loaded baked potato took the win.
Of course. I don't know how I didn't think of that. But,
yeah, of course.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I'm glad loaded baked potato got one.
Got a shout.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a twice baked potato from Costco?
No.
Oh, so good. You have to dip into that one.
Yeah.
I could give you Trader Joe's hacks, or not hacks, but buys that I've been buying recently. Here we go. I'll just give them to you. The chicken sausage and egg burrito that they sell. I think it's like $4 a pop or something like that.
Okay.
Insane. So good. Takes 1 minute 30 seconds to put in the microwave. And then the dark chocolate protein muffin. You just put milk or water in it, you stir it around, and you put it in the microwave for 60 seconds. So good.
Okay.
2 recommendations from Trader Joe's. I guarantee they're at your Trader Joe's if you can find them.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
To my people in Montana, just drive down to Salt Lake.
You don't have a Trader Joe's in Montana? That's tragic.
Yeah.
I am sorry. Here's the 0-1 to Chase Clark. Levenhagen found some trouble in the top of the third, relieving Cole Miller, but was able to get out of it. 4 runs came across in the third inning for Elevate Northwest, and they took a 6-0 lead as Clark over to Rolling, who makes the throw for out number 1.
Rolling did have his defensive struggles when he was healthy back in late June, but he's looked perfectly fine over at shortstop today. That's now his third 6-3 ground out that he put over to Bartholomew.
And he talks about it with us. He was open about those defensive struggles. He said he had a couple he'd like to have back, but a guy that will be competing for the starting role next year at Gonzaga, no doubt. For a team that's been atop the WCC for a while now, and now headed to the Pac-12 next year.
Well, have we ever gotten your full thoughts about that move, and just what do you think that's going to do for Zag's athletics?
I mean, I think it's great, base level, as we're back to the burger batter in Julian Gonzalez. We have not had burgers, no strikeouts from the burger batter in the last 4 games. But I think it's great, especially just for competition's sake. I mean, we're a non-football program getting a raise in terms of athletics revenue. That one's a swing and a miss. So 9 teams in the Pac-12. I hope that expands. It probably will. 8 of which are football schools. That's the minimum for the amount of schools that need to be an FBS conference. So we're going to get a large share of that, and I think it's a great move.
Mark Few on a West Coast Conference recruiting budget was already pretty impressive. Mark Few on a Pac-12 recruiting budget might be scarier, and it's only going to take them up, so I agree. I think it's a great move.
That one fired in for strike 2. It's now a full count and 1 strike away from burger batter. It's going to be a real shock when Braden Smith, with the new 5th-year injunction that just came out, is a future Zag.
Got him.
Oh no.
My goodness.
No burgers still. The people are hungry. People are starving in White Center.
This reminds me of when the Pistons had their big losing streak, and they got like free Wingstop whenever they won, and they lost 26 in a row. Oh man, I do think he made the right call there. It was just a step or two low of the zone, but man, that would have been a nice one to have for $2 off Dick's Burgers.
Till next time, Julian Gonzalez. He's been up 3 times already. And that one catches the zone for strike 1. So 3 walks in the first 4 batters faced by Garrett Levenhagen. Or first 5 batters, excuse me. Retired Chase Clark with a 6-3 ground out to begin this inning. Walked the first 2 batters he faced in relief in the 3rd. Now Gonzalez takes off. The throw from Hellner gets away from Noah Kung. There's a bit of a collision on the slide with Gonzalez, who's a bit shaken up.
Yeah, I think he just caught a piece of Noah Kung's arm and just got tangled up on the way into the bag. There's that base running aggressiveness that we haven't really seen from the Sasquatch up until this point, and this team loves to get out and run, so it's a bit surprising that they waited until the 4th inning for their first stolen base in a situation like that. They did have one before that, but it was Kane Nishikawa running in a runners on the corner situation. Evan Hellner didn't even bother looking at him.
10 stolen bases in the first 2 games of the series for Elevate Northwest, 3 of which were double steals. Here's the 0-2 now to Landon Klein. Right on the corner, Levenhagen thought he had one. Called ball 1.
And again, I think that missed just a bit outside, but he's not missing by much right now. He's been able to locate those pitches pretty well. It's just a game of inches for Levenhagen on the bump.
1 gone, runner on second. 1-2 count for Levenhagen here in the 4th. Chopped over to Hamada. He's going to take a look at second and then muff the ball. Landon Klein will reach safely, and now there are 2 runners on with 1 gone. That'll go down as E5.
Second error of the day for Hamada, and he'll be thinking about that one. He's had such a good year defensively, both at second base and now third base, and this is an uncharacteristic game for him in the field.
Jaquiski Tart's soul giving nightmares to the Friar here on August 1st.
I don't think it was Jaquiski Tart. I'll just say that. I think you're trying to make it about Jaquiski Tart when it's not.
Every bad thing in the world can be traced back to Jaquiski Tart. That one's strike 1 to Jacob Flores, who is having a heck of a game so far. Solo shot in the 1st and an RBI double back in the 3rd. Really kick-started that offensive avalanche. That one's hit hard foul.
Boy, they're loving the parking lot today, aren't they? That's another ball that bounces its way through the cars here at the Friar.
Flores plated the first of 4 runs in the 3rd inning. Got 2 more on right here. Here's the 0-2. Levenhagen, good looking off speed, completely fools Flores for the strikeout.
Flores didn't want to go around once he realized what pitch that was, and his momentum was just taking him too far. Sat down, and that's a big K for Levenhagen. He stranded the bases loaded in the 3rd inning, and now with runners on second and first and 1 down, he gets the K right there and looking for another escape.
2 on, 2 gone for Kane Nishikawa. That one gets him in the helmet. Looks like Nishikawa is okay. He's going to be checked on, but that off-speed got away, and oof.
There's a reason they wear the helmet, and it's for plays like that. That one just conks right off his lid and into the backstop, and it almost got a piece of his shoulder. He kind of raised up his shoulder, but you can see it just grazes off the back of Nishikawa's helmet, and bases loaded, 2 down again here for the Sasquatch.
Levenhagen goes fastball against Ashton Bergman. That one's upstairs for ball 1. Elevate Northwest has scored in all 3 innings in this game, looking to make it 4 straight. They have a 6-1 lead. 1-0, dips below. 4-2.
Out of all the guys to not have a hit in this game, I don't think Ashton Bergman was the guy I was expecting to not be in that column. 0 for 2, but some hard contact in the third on an RBI ground out over to Jake Rolling at short.
2-0 for Levenhagen. Bergman aggressive in that hitter's count and swings through strike 1.
That might have been ball 3, and Bergman just looking for anything right there in a hitter's count, kind of expands his zone, and it's just behind the heater.
Bergman pops this up into shallow center field. Rolling takes a few steps back, and he will make the grab. So trouble brewing once again for Levenhagen. He's able to get out of it. Scoreless in the top of the 4th for the Sasquatch going into the bottom half of the inning. Still up 5 runs.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, Crispy.
For over 15 years, As You Wish Electric has offered the comprehensive electrical solutions Seattle families trust. We are proud to announce that we can now also serve your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. As we grow, we are committed to delivering the same knowledgeable and friendly experience that earned our spot as the region's top-rated electrical company. Contact As You Wish Electric Plumbing, Heating, and Air today to learn more.
4-5-6 due up here in the bottom of the 4th inning. For the DubSea Fish Sticks, Cody Moyer has only let up 1 earned run. And he will start here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Look at the boys cooking up behind the scenes.
Yeah, a lot of hot dogs going on over there. And we've had a lot of hot dogs this year as well. Hot dogs and Diet Coke.
Oh, yes,
for
that's
Kyle Sweeney,
so
and
true.
Hot dogs and water for me. But we would like to give a very special fish stick shout out to David Moody and Hawthorne Moody's parents. David Moody is Hawthorne Moody's father, and they have supplied both us and some of the other interns with hot dogs more often than not here at the Friar, and it has just been like unwavering kindness from the Moody family, and most of the parents that we've had interactions with have just been
great people,
so amazing, and it's such a great culture here at Mel Olson Stadium within the Fish Sticks. So we've been blessed to be a part of this organization this summer, but specifically the parents of Hawthorne Moody, they have just been so kind to all of the staff here, and there's just a shout out to them.
I've had more hot dogs this summer than I could ever imagine, and that's thanks to the Moody's, who are just such a nice couple, great group of people, including Hawthorne Moody, and special shout out to them, and a very special shout out to Diet Coke as well, which has just gotten me through this summer. I don't think I've gone a day without it. I'm turning into my dad, which is not a bad thing. That is a great thing.
No, that's not horrible.
But Diet Coke's running summer 2K26 here. Jake Rolling is behind 0-2. Rolling collected his 20th hit of the summer. Back in the 2nd inning, he has just been playing at an unbelievable level this season. And he's got another. It's laughable at this point. He's got another multi-hit game. He is now 21 for 42. His average is back up to 500.
I mean, he was out for a month, and I'm still out of things to say about what he's been doing at the plate. He's 2 for 2 in this game, and another base runner for the Sticks. They're just putting guys on base right now in this 3rd and 4th inning. They were able to plate 1 in the 3rd, and like you said, ones are huge in this game, and ones are going to be what keeps you in it.
Garrett Levenhagen managed through a bit of trouble to get through the top half of the 4th inning scoreless. The Sticks did plate 1 in the bottom of the 3rd, looking to make another comeback to finish off this season in front of the largest crowd in franchise history here at the Friar tonight. 1-1 count now to Noah Benedict. Benedict struck out swinging back in the second inning. He's had a fantastic summer up to this point, going to Colorado Christian University. Another RMAC guy is going to be facing a couple of players on the Fish Sticks next year. That one's fouled off, including the likes of Kenji Bray, Luke Parker, and Rodrigo Montano, going to the Colorado School of Mines.
We've seen a bunch of guys from the RMAC in the PIL, really, across a collection of teams this year. We've seen Adams State, Metro State, to name a few. Obviously, we've got the Mines guys and Benedict with Colorado Christian. I have just been enlightened by the RMAC ever since I got here with Colorado's finest, Kyle Sweeney, as my broadcast partner.
You would love the RMAC. You would love it. Benedict pops this up, shallow left field. And that will be got out and left by Gonzalez. So Benedict's 0 for 2, Rolling will stay at first base.
Just got under that one, and Benedict's another guy like Riley Sonoy who's stepping up now, who doesn't go opposite field a whole lot. His powerful side is that pull side. We've seen him pull a ball out of here to that right field line, and Riley Sonoy went oppo last time up and turned it into a base hit.
Singled in the second inning, checking over at Rolling at first. Sonoy, we've said it a couple times, might have the best walk-up song, but I think he has a late contender. Kai Schweitz with Stir Fry. First appearance of the year a couple of days ago at the Dish. That's a tight contention in my eyes.
And the walk-up song conversation, very subjective.
Oh, 100%.
Of course.
Yes.
But personally, if this booth had to pick one, that's a close race. That's two classics, for sure.
It is. 1-0, Rolling's going to take off. Sonoy on a hit and run swings, it's fouled back.
There was no way they were just sending Jake Rolling with no hit and run in place. Rolling was just cleared the run yesterday, and we saw him beat out a throw from right field of all places to lock up his first hit of the day. He's got 2 now.
1-1 incoming. They're going to check over at Rolling. He's had a couple of close calls over at first base. Got
That's now 2 disengagements. So if Moyer goes to first again and they don't get Rolling, he gets the bag.
Dancing over there. Moyer goes to the plate. That'll be low for ball 2. We did have this conversation about a couple of days ago where Noah Kuhn was at first base. There were 3 disengagements, quote unquote, over to Noah Kuhn, and because he wasn't tagged out on the third, that is illegal in baseball, and he took to second. Shout out to Harrison for getting us that information when it happened. So you can do 3 if you get the runner out at first, but if you do not, that runner does go to second.
And I think Rolling's probably got no real intention to steal outside of a hit and run in this game, so probably going to be a pretty conservative lead. He did just get a sign from Lynn, so we might see another hit and run. It would be surprising with 2 strikes on Sonoy, though.
2-2. Sonoy takes this out to center field, and now he's got 2 hits in this one. Both Rolling and Sonoy, deja vu from the second inning. And Sonoy, that's so nice to see him in the last game of the season return to the form that he was in late June and going into early July.
A big hit in the 9th on Thursday that made it a 1-run game, and now 2 for 2 today. And he is a really, really solid hitter that's going to be down at Pierce College this coming season. And Riley Sonoy, that stretch he had leading up into that Apple Sox series was one of the hottest stretches we've seen any hitter have all year.
Again, a groin injury took him out in Yakima. He had 2 hits in that game. Since then, it's kind of struggled to find his footing a little bit, stemming from that groin injury, and now tonight has 2 hits. Moyer's going to check back to second base.
Jake Rolling's doing something to Cade Moyer on the bases. I don't know exactly what, but that's now the 3rd time Moyer has stepped off to take a look at Rolling.
0-1, Jackson DeLay fouls it off. Dulé grounded into an inning-ending double play back in the second. He's got a ton of speed. One of the fastest guys on this team. I remember in the first practice of the year where Elliot Kribbe, who departed mid-season to go take the head coaching duties at the University of Hawaii at Hilo, he said he's gliding. We have seen that all year long from Dulé. And called strike 3. Dulé doesn't love it, but he is retired. There's now 2 gone.
And that's a big pitch from Moyer right there. Keeps the runners at second and first, and now brings up Noah Kung. And second straight inning where the Fish Sticks have been able to put traffic on the base pass, and they've got to keep the zeros off the board if they want to get back into this game. So a big spot for Kung. Tyler Eisenhunt on deck. He's already got a hit in this game.
6 hits already. Just 1 run plated in. Noah Kung swings away and fouls that off. Kung reached first base last inning in the third on a drop third strike. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that's the only drop third strike that the Fish Sticks have gotten to first base this season.
That is absolutely right. It is the first time they've reached on a drop third strike all summer, and it comes in the last game of the year.
All the wacky things we've seen this summer, have not seen that one. That one's upstairs for ball 2. Excuse me, ball 1. It's a 1-1 count. What do you think is the wackiest thing that you saw at the Friar or on the road this year?
It was a pitch. I don't remember exactly who, but I think it was a guy from the Redmond Dudes. He hit the front lip of home plate, and the ball bounced about 9 million feet in the air, almost cleared our net. I think it was Kenny Chu that threw that pitch for the Redmond Dudes. He hit the front of home plate, which is basically impossible, and it almost cleared our backstop.
It's so, I don't think Kenny Chu could do that in a million more tries to hit the front edge of the plate, as Crispy, after this half inning, is going to be racing and putting his 500 record on the line. Double steal is on. Kung pops this up. Barely gets past the infield. Nishikawa's got it. And the Sticks are scoreless in the bottom of the 4th. Still a 6-1 lead, but now it is time. Finn Crispy Jr. He is 12-12 on the season, including beating me 2 days ago in just a gut-wrenching, ego-shattering, humiliating loss for me a couple days ago. And now he is tied going into the very last game. And Rob from Vancouver has got a chance to really put the nail in the coffin against Crispy this year.
It appeared that Crispy had it locked up last night and then just took an absolute steamroller into the wall on a turn. And he's got an early lead on Rob.
Oh, my goodness. He is off and running. Wow. Crispy wants that 13th win more than anything he has ever wanted in his life. And Rob stood no chance from the start. Congratulations to Finn Crispy Jr., who at one point this season was 4-10 in Crispy races, brings the record up to 13-12, and oh dear.
Is that a silencer for
no.
Crispy? You can see how much this means to him. And in the first year of the Crispy race, Crispy comes out on top by 1. And
oh, boy. Pulling out every emote he has in the backpack.
Man, Kyle, if you just laid out, fans would have won. How about that?
If I had just
have fun sleeping tonight.
Put my rib cage on the line. All 8 of my ribs. Do we have 8 ribs? Do we have 9? I don't even
Who keeps
remember.
Track of that?
All 8 or 9 of them would have been shattered had I had done that. And this is a Sweeney thing. We got big foreheads. Crispy has the biggest mascot head I've ever seen in my life. I don't even think it would have mattered. There's strike 2 now to Ethan Swallam, who has 2 hits already on the day. A double back in the second, and then a single in that 4-run third inning. I once again apologize to the Sweeney family. I have crushed your name.
You can no longer walk around Seattle if you have the Sweeney surname, or else you will be given grief about Kyle's disappointing loss.
That was a game of inches.
Where were you on July 30th, 2026 when Crispy laid out?
Depressed.
You were right next to him, actually. You had the best seat in the
right
house.
Field, yeah. Here's the 0-2. Grounded over to Hamada. Makes a nice pick and fires over to Bartholomew for round number 1.
That's good to see her from Hamada after an uncharacteristic bad day in the field to start today. He makes that play look easy off the short hop, and I think he reads the turf here at Mel Olson Stadium better than any other infielder on the Fish Sticks.
A normal second baseman for about 85% of this season before a late move over to third, and he has been really good at the hot corner. Levenhagen, that one's fouled off from Tilden Sue. Much cleaner start to this inning from Levenhagen, as Tyler Maurer warms up in the bullpen.
Levenhagen has stranded the bases loaded in both the third and fourth innings without giving up a run credited to his name.
Lined over, Hamada lays out and makes the grab. Alex Hamada is having himself an inning with the glove. And Sue is retired. We'll take another look.
Wow, that was really impressive. That time he didn't even need to read the turf. He just read it out of the air and kind of just takes a shot to the face on the way down, but really nice play. Jake Rolling was backing it up, but that's such a tough play for a shortstop to make when they're moving towards third base to their right, and Alex Hamada just handles it himself.
Looks like a pinch hitter is coming in, and Owen Fay's day will be over. It is Sam Melberg coming in from Lake Washington High School. We saw Melberg on the mound yesterday, and now he's coming in at the dish. So Owen Fay walking a single. Single that scored a run back in the second, so his day will be over, and he had a good one.
Yeah, that's the second time they've taken out Fay for Melberg in this series. They put Melberg in the late stages last night, but man, that's a weird one. Owen Fay's been having a great weekend.
1-1 count now to Melberg. Levenhagen operating with 2 gone. That one runs inside, both of which have been put outs from Alex Hamada over at third base. Levenhagen was scoreless in the top half of the fourth and came in relief of Cole Miller with 2 gone in the top of the third. Has walked 3 and hit 1, but has not let a run come across. It'll likely be Maurer coming in next inning, but Levenhagen has done good work. 3-1 is out and away for ball 4.
The 2 out base runners were really impressive for Elevate Northwest yesterday. Against Ryder Peterson, all of their first 7 base runners reached with 2 down. And this is a team that we've seen it tonight, and we've seen it all weekend. They just will not go away at the plate.
Zach Daniel, first pitch swinging over to Rolling. He's going to field it, fire over to first for the 3rd out of the inning. Another scoreless frame for Garrett Levenhagen, and to the bottom of the 5th we go. The Sticks still an uphill battle, down 6-1.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
They always say, think happy thoughts. It's easy when you're a Wendy's cookie dough frosty fusion. I'm an instant dopamine hit. Get it? Dopamine? Like cookie dough. I said like cookie dough. Happiness is a cookie dough frosty fusion at Wendy's.
We have just received somewhat breaking news. out in the fishing dock, there is someone by the name of Eli attempting the 999 challenge in this game. 9 innings, 9 hot dogs, 9 beers. Do you think you could do that? Oh, well, I guess I can't ask you. You are not of age.
legally required to say I don't know.
I feel like it would be an uphill battle. I have done this calculation before, but let's assume that every beer is around 110 calories per, based on it. Well, it could be it could be, whatever beer you choose.
Yeah.
Maybe a light beer would probably be the way to go there. So hovering around 100 calories per beer, and then, the hot dogs really vary. And I guess a hot dog here got to be around 400 calories, right?
That's a pretty good guess.
So we'll just say 400. And you do 400 times 9. Let's see. The Gonzaga education going crazy here. That's 3,600 calories of hot dogs.
There he is. That's Eli in the bucket hat.
You can see the beers already going down.
He's through 6.
There we go.
He's got life over there. But this is where it really gets challenging down the stretch of this game.
It's 4,600 calories. Or, excuse me, 4,500 calories total through 9 innings, which we could say the average game is around 3 to 3.5 hours this season, probably around 3, as Tyler Eisenhut steps to the dish. And it could get interesting, and that's not even talking about the blood alcohol level,
Yeah, that's a whole different
ranging
ballgame.
in. Yeah.
But he looks like he's on a good pace over there. And, obviously, however long the backstages of this game take is going to be huge for Eli to see how this ends up. But I'm rooting for him. I really am.
So Ami O'Connor is now in relief of Cody Moyer. 4 great innings for Moyer as that off speed is taken right towards us, and I think Angus would have one-handed that had the net but not been there.
Is that even a question, Kyle? Of course I would have one-handed that. I had an illustrious baseball career in middle school.
Oh, yeah. Give you a mid. I think you got it. I'll give you that one. Eisenhut singled to lead off the 3rd inning. That one dips below for ball 2. Really nice to see what Eisenhut has been able to do getting on base this season. He missed all of last year after batting .361 at the community college level. He dislocated his knee, couldn't play baseball last season. His first action was at the beginning of this year, coming back from this injury. And it's been great at the dish this season. Attending Linfield University, he's got a couple of teammates on this team. And excited to see what he does going into next season. Great guy as well. West Seattle Health Club's very own. I see him often there. Here's the payoff. That was low for ball 4. And Eisenhut, again, such a great guy and a great job getting on base all season long. He does there again. Has reached base both times he's been up today.
And for O'Connor, I think he thought that was only ball 3, and there's a bit of confusion now. Personally, on my score, I had that as ball 3, and Elevate Northwest seems to think the same thing. Now, Mark Lynn will get word about what just went down.
Eisenhut's already got his gloves off. He's gonna.
Yeah, that's ball 3.
So we are the official scorekeepers. We had an incident about a month ago in this same position. So Mark Lynn and the home plate umpire actually looked at us to get the call. We both had that it was ball 3. There's the umpire looking at us again, and we will make the call there.
Yeah.
Tyler Eisenhut, I apologize in advance, but you got to put on all your gear and go back to home
I
plate.
feel like a Debbie Downer right now. I really do. Sending him back to the plate, but he'll be fine. He gets on base so often. I think he'll reach anyway.
He singled
I think
last time up.
Smiling on the way up, knowing that was probably ball 3.
Are we out baseballing the Hut right now?
No. No one does. No one does that.
I don't want to out baseball the Hut, but he did that in the 3rd inning. Ashton Bergman tried to dive and rob his base hit. Could not do it. he was out baseballed. Here we go again. Here's another, or excuse me, the first payoff pitch. Eisenhut's going to step out. He's going to have to reset. He took both of his batting gloves and his elbow guard off at first before we ultimately had to make the call to send him back to home
Only
plate.
in the PIL, man.
Here's the payoff pitch. It's hard hit, and it will be a single. Look at that. It all works out in the end. It gets past the diving glove of Kane Nishikawa. That should go down as a hit.
See, we're just helping his average.
We are.
Yep.
That's all. That's exactly what we were trying to do. Nishikawa couldn't make a play on that, and that will go down as a hit. So look at that.
That's just our utmost confidence in Tyler Eisenhut to get on base, and then he just turns it into a hit while he's at it, and a big leadoff base runner for the Sticks. That's now 3 straight innings that the leadoff man has gotten aboard.
Hamada takes a drive into this to right field. Bergman lays out, and they call him out.
Wow,
I believe that ball hit the grass.
Yeah, no way.
And we're going to have to take another look at this.
Yeah, that hit the grass, and Bergman sold it. He deserves an Oscar for this play because look at this.
It's a fantastic effort. And
So you can see right there,
the
ball comes
the ball
out.
Escapes.
Now the question is, does that bounce off his wrist and back into his mitt? Which, these are very small things to point out, and it's obviously hard to tell because, if we could put a cameraman out in right field, we would. But obviously we can't get a great look out there. So we'll have to take Ashton Bergman's word for it. And live from my vantage point, it looked like that ball hit the ground. And when you see that replay, it looks like the ball pops out. It definitely pops out of the glove. And there's probably like a 95% chance it hit the grass on the way through. And the Fish Sticks bullpen was just up in arms the moment that call was made. We have another look at it here.
Here's a great look. Oh, yeah. It takes multiple
sure.
bounces on the ground. Again, Oscar-worthy performance there. He's going to have to rival.
Oh, my
and they
goodness.
will call
Alex
him out.
Amata is out. What a bad call.
Man, it looks like Eisenhut was going to head over to second base. He's smiling about it. Alex Hamada's smiling about it. Ashton Bergman, no doubt, has the biggest smile on his face right now. I think I can see it from here. So, after Eisenhut thought he had ball 4 and we had to send him back because it was ball 3, then gets a base hit, then Alex Hamada is ruled out on a ball that quite clearly touched the grass. You see something new every day here at the PIL.
Well, they're really knocking out all the boxes that you could see here on the last night of the season. But what a bad break for the Sticks. If that is ruled correctly, now you've got runners on second and first and nobody down for your leadoff hitter tonight, Will Cooley, and Braden Bartholomew on deck, followed by Evan Hellner and Jake Rolling. So that's a really tough break for this team.
It's like the opposite of Des Bryant.
He caught it, right? Are we on the same page there?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, okay, good.
This could be 2. But Daniel cannot hold on. Excuse me, that's Chase Clark, and then he throws it away, and both runners will advance 90 feet. That might be karma. That 100% is karma for what happened on the last play. We'll take another look.
The baseball gods speak to us in mysterious ways. And right there after an out that surely should not have been an out, that should have been 2. And Chase Clark first mishandles it, allows Cooley to get the first, and then just throws it away into the Fish Sticks dugout, gives everyone an extra base. So they somewhat cancel out right there. The bottom of the 5th inning is just not behaving right now.
Braden Bartholomew's now got a chance to cut this lead. The RBI king himself takes a hack and misses at strike 1.
Also, Clark just moved to second base. He moved to second base to replace Zach Daniel, and now Sam Melberg is in center.
Bartholomew's got the lone RBI of the game up to this point. He grounded out to third base with the bases loaded. Off speed, he reaches down to go get it. Here's Melberg charging in. Eisenhut's going to tag up. The long throw from center is going to get away, and another RBI for Braden Bartholomew. What's new here in the 2026 season? And slowly but surely, the Sticks are cutting away at this lead.
Somehow Braden Bartholomew finds a way to bring in runs seemingly every time he goes up to the plate. And it's a ground out and a sac fly. So we're still looking for our first hit that brings in a run from Bartholomew. He does have a hit in this game, but even when he's not getting hits, he's such a good situational guy, and he just knows what is needed out of him every time he goes up.
Allison Chains blares every time Evan Hellner comes up to the dish.
Let's go.
A pretty popular pick.
Yeah.
If you were to have a walk-up song. I don't think I've asked you about that.
If I had a walk-up song, what would it be?
If you had a walk-up song,
you're
going to
need to give me about 4 hours.
Yeah,
I
it
would
be a
totally
long
overthink
decision
that.
for me. My parents really disapproved of my walk-up song that I briefly had in high school.
What was it?
Ice JJ Fish.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yep.
I think you've told me that before, but that is just awesome.
They were embarrassed.
Yeah, if you're in the dark on Ice JJ Fish, just take a listen on YouTube.
On the floor by Ice JJ Fish. I believe it is on streaming services too. But it is a blissful song for your ears. And what made it even better at that point, first time I went up, my parents were in the dark about it. And a kid had to tie his shoe at second base, and the song just kept going on for about 2 minutes as the guy fumbled around with his shoelaces. It was a beautiful sight. Hellner dives away. It's now a 2-1 count. That was one of the greatest memories of my baseball career, right there.
Man. Can you imagine if someone walked up to that song here at the Friar and just
awesome.
the laughs that would get?
Awesome.
Yeah. Or I guess not laughs. Cheers for how good of a song it is. It's definitely not a funny song at all. I kind of spoiled it there, but whatever.
It's not a normal song, or else my parents wouldn't have that reaction.
It's not normal by any means.
There's just something about your girl, you know?
It makes his head want to twirl in the song.
That one dips low for Evan Hellner for ball 3. Where were you when you discovered that song? It's a true cornerstone in a young man's life.
It is. It was like one of the first things I saw on the internet.
Oh, yes.
It was like,
That's great.
wow, this is amazing. How have I not found out about this sooner?
The internet's just awesome, right? 3-1 for Hellner. This one's popped up into shallow left. Should be easy, but it's not really made easy out there in left field for the last out of the inning. Another run does come across, but right now the Fish Sticks are running out of time here in the season finale for the 2026 summer campaign, going into the top of the 6th, trailing 6-2.
But that's another one, and with Garrett Levenhagen throwing some really good innings out of the bullpen today, the Fish Sticks are staying in this game, but they can't go into the 9th inning down 4 runs like they did on Thursday, because that's just not a sustainable way to win ball games, even though this team is so good at coming back. They're going to need to keep this consistent offense up through these middle innings and into the 7th and the 8th.
Here we go, another final coming in. It is the As You Wish ring toss on the first base side. It's pretty self-explanatory. 2 people have to put plungers on their heads and basically squat down as their counterparts try to put rings on them. I don't know how else to explain that, but there's Connor Lee. Scrolling or filming? He's doing a really good job of selling it right now.
Yeah. Okay, he's filming. We'll give him this one.
There's one of our 3 on-field hosts, Jonah. We've seen Josiah, who just brings the energy every single night. We also had Micah come back for a game, last year's on-field host.
We also had Micah pitch a game.
Yeah,
and
we did.
He threw 2 really strong innings.
In the last game of the season, we love talking about some of our favorite moments. We've talked endlessly about Jacob Swanson and the hot dog that happened. We've talked about the thumbtack relay race where the guy blows out a part of the white picket fence over there at the ice chest. That was another classic moment. And all the ones in between that we'll surely get to before this game is over. It has been a true pleasure this season.
It really has.
It's not over yet, but
we've got 4 more innings.
We've got 4 more. Magic could still happen.
We can't be talking like that yet.
And it would be true PIL form, true 2026 Fish Sticks form for DubSea to come back in this game and make it a thriller. Right now, Wesley Harwell is on the mound, relieving Garrett Levenhagen and trying to keep zeros on the board, which Levenhagen did. 4, 5, and 6 innings, and nothing came across after a 4-run third really blew the game open for Elevate Northwest, who at one point had a 6-0 lead. It has now dwindled down to a 6-2 lead, and Fish Sticks just trying to claw back into this game.
Harwell, another newer addition to the pitching staff for this team. He's thrown 14 innings, so pretty high volume since he's gotten here with the Sticks, and a 4.5 ERA, but the free passes are the issue for him. 15 walks and 7 hit by pitches. That's more than any other pitcher on this team. Also, Beckett Turnbow is now in at second base, replacing Noah Kung out there.
Chase Clark will lead things off. I would like to give a humongous shout out to a fan walking right past us wearing a Chance the Rapper 3 hat.
Oh, nice.
Walking, lady in the jean jacket. That's called knowing culture right there.
What a prime.
What a prime
Chance the
Rapper had back in 2016. I did not think I would see a 3 hat in the crowd. That is awesome. Grammy winning, by the way.
It is.
Rap album of the year.
I'd have to look at the other nominees and see if that holds up.
I think it does. Let's. You know what? I'm gonna dive into the research.
No,
here. You're right. You'll dive into the research. Chase Clark is in a 2-0 count with Harwell. This one's dribbled high over to Hamada. He's gonna fire over to first and get the first out of the inning. Angus is hard at work trying to get the other nominees for 2016 Rap Album of the Year. Coloring book, we haven't even mentioned that, but that was the third album from Chance the Rapper, the classic hat he has on in the album cover.
Okay. This is definitely not right. Hold on.
That was for 2017.
Yeah.
Wrong year.
My fault, everybody. I don't know.
Cronkite.
I'd take Life of Pablo over Coloring Book. I'll just say it.
I don't know. I think we're looking through the nominees. Major Key, DJ Khaled, definitely not.
Yeah, definitely not.
Blank Face LP's got some
I love
bangers.
Schoolboy Q,
yeah,
but probably not.
Not quite.
De La Soul, I love De La Soul as well, but no.
Views by Drake
is a good Drake album, but not good enough.
Not up to the par.
It's definitely top 2.
Yeah.
I think we can agree on that.
I think I'm taking Coloring Book over Life of Pablo. Life of Pablo's got some great songs.
That's a crazy one, I'll be honest.
Coloring Book just personified 2016.
It kind of did.
It was so good. Life of Pablo did its best, too.
I would hear out both arguments.
We are 1 strike away from burgers. Julian Gonzalez could break the curse right here. 4 straight burger batters have gone nuclear. A grand slam from Alex Chamberlain. 2 straight 3-hit games from Lucas Coma. A 3-hit game from Kane Nishikawa. There it is! We've got burgers for the first time here in the 5th try. Fans get $2 off vouchers for Dick's Drive-In. The curse has been lifted.
Oh, man. That is a large weight off of Kyle and I's shoulders. And Wesley Harwell, I mean, we're up here talking about Chance the Rapper. Wesley Harwell is off to a great start in this outing with 2 quick outs. And now a tough task with Landon Klein, but a 1-2-3 inning would be huge for the Sticks here.
Harwell spent his first 2 years collegiately in the WCC with the University of San Francisco. Dealing here to start out the 6th inning. That one misses. It's now a 2-0 count, but we have seen this Elevate Northwest team rally with 2 outs multiple times in this game.
Yeah, and it's kind of just become what they've done this entire weekend, so definitely not out of the woods yet if you're Harwell, especially with Landon Klein and then Jacob Flores and Kane Nishikawa due up here.
It's now 3-0 to Klein. Flores going to Cal State Bakersfield next year and showing off why. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI double and a solo shot. As that is ball 4, and now Flores will take to the plate. He has been phenomenal in today's game. He did strike out his last time up in the 4th inning. But an RBI double in the 3rd and a solo shot the opposite way in the 1st. And he was really what got this Elevate Northwest offense kick-started early in this game.
Yeah, he went opposite field when the wind was really blowing out to that left field fence. And right now it's pretty calm. There's still a gust or two. Connor Lee man,
with the DubSea
guy knows how to
jerseys.
operate on a camera, man. Can we get a flick from him?
Yeah. Klein takes off, and he'll get to second base. Another stolen base for this team.
They just love to get out and run, and they do it so well. I mean, it's kind of become part of their identity, at least against the Fish Sticks this summer, to just turn walks and singles and what have you into extra base hits, basically, if you want to think about it that way.
Oh, man. We're attracting a bit of a crowd there for Connor Lee. It's just natural for him. That's outside for ball 2. So now 6 straight balls from Leslie Harwell. And again, a runner in scoring position with 2 gone.
And 2 quick outs for Harwell here in this inning. But like I said, the control has been an issue for him, and he'll need to come back to equilibrium here and just find the zone.
Hellner's going to go out and chat. But that gives me a good opportunity to ask a question. What's your favorite song off Coloring Book?
Favorite song off Coloring Book? This is kind of a basic answer, but you don't want no problem. Want no problem with me.
Right.
Yeah.
That's probably why you think Life of Pablo should be the
That's
album
probably
of the year
that might
over.
be the reason. It's just because I don't know. I'm a very basic person.
Your music taste is much more advanced than mine, I will say. But I think All Night is the best song.
That song
or Juke Jam.
No Problem's so good though.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes hits are hits because who knows why. Sometimes hits are hits because they're just really good songs.
It's very true. There's Harrison. There's Tyson in the blue hat. There's Oni, the replay operator, and there's Connor.
Give us a wave, Connor,
director.
yes.
There we go. Yes. Great crew behind the scenes. We really appreciate all the work they have been doing, and I'm sure everyone watching appreciates it as well. Again, this is the first year of the TV stream for the DubSea Fish Sticks, and this is a rarity. In the PIL, even in the West Coast League, to have a production as advanced as this one, and we're just so grateful for the opportunity to do it in our first year.
We've gone to quite a few West Coast League stadiums this year, and we've seen all the setups that they have, and it's just like, man, what we run at the Friar, we can't take this for granted because, those are teams that maybe put more fans in the stands or maybe have higher level players that they recruit to come play for their team, but just the broadcast that Connor and everyone in that room produces and that we are blessed to be a part of here at the Friar is really impressive for the level of baseball, and it's just been so amazing to be a part of this team all summer and might come back next year.
There might be a return of the king of some sorts as Angus Strangmo headed back to Arizona State University. I will very hopefully be an employed human being by that point in time.
Yeah, no. You'll be off on your way,
Yep.
probably calling the Super Bowl.
Yep.
But
Super Bowl by 25, right? That's
you
this
said
goal.
23 at one point.
2 years.
He's 22 right now.
You think I got it? I could talk to Mike.
You need to maybe pull some strings, but you're in a great spot. The PIL to NFL pipeline
strong
is just it's so strong. I mean, like everyone in broadcasting knows about that. Only 2 teams with broadcasts in the PIL, us and the Blackfins, and it's just such a direct shot up to the big leagues.
Yep. That's exactly what it is. But again, we just have a great setup here, and
Yeah,
it's
we
thanks to those 4 behind the scenes.
And you're not going to see really probably any West Coast League park or many parks like this for collegiate summer ball teams that have this many cameras and this many angles, and they just operate all of them at the same time so well, and that's how we get all of those great replays here at the Friar.
Hellner keeps that in front and then juggles it as he saw Landon Klein going over to third. So now first and third with 2 gone. And also, we've been to a couple, or many, WCL stadiums this year. None of them are really as full as the Fish Sticks are on a daily or on a game-to-game basis. It by far the best environment here.
we've seen some, like Bellingham is the one that sticks out to me. Wenatchee puts a lot of people in their stadium as well, but Bellingham probably had more people than are here at the Friar right now. But when you look at capacity, Bellingham's got a big stadium. Yakima's got a huge stadium, and they do not fill it nearly as much as the DubSea Fish Sticks do.
And the environment, not even close.
Yeah, absolutely.
DubSea, and that's not even us being biased. That is just, it is the most fun game here. First and third with 2 gone. Harwell seeing some trouble after getting 2 quick outs. That one's inside for Kane Nishikawa. 4-2. So 2 straight walks from Harwell to Landon Klein, who's now at third base, and then to Jacob Flores, who's on for the 3rd time in 4 at-bats. It's been a great game for Flores. Home run in the first and an RBI double in the 3rd. There's a look. That's a great shot right there. There's no bad seat in the house.
No, there isn't.
We're as high up as we can get, and there's a reason we're up here. It's because it's a great view.
And we can see to both foul poles pretty clearly. There is a tiny bit of a blind spot down the right field line in foul territory, but I think we've only seen like 1 ball go out there all year, and other than that, we've just had an amazing view. And again, we are the top row, basically the top corner here at the Friar.
That's now the 3rd straight walk for Wesley Harwell, who has encountered control issues this season. And now the bases are jam-packed with 2 gone. And Ashton Bergman coming to the plate. This could be trouble for the Sticks, who are looking to make a furious comeback in this game.
Garrett Levenhagen left him loaded for the Sasquatch in the 3rd and 4th innings. And if Ashton Bergman isn't able to deliver right here, that would be 3 more runners left on base by this team today. And obviously a 6-2 lead, so they've been able to take somewhat good advantage of those opportunities when they have runners on, but this would now be 11 runners on if Bergman does not come through here.
2 quick outs for Wesley Harwell in this inning, and then 3 straight walks, and his day will now be over as Tyler Maurer, the big righty, is coming in a tough spot.
So counts 1-0. This isn't the first time we've seen a pitcher come in mid-count, but it puts Maurer at a disadvantage, and we've seen 2-0 counts and 1-0 counts turn into free passes from the new pitchers quite a bit this year. But Maurer comes in, just a huge dude at 6'7", the tallest guy the Fish Sticks have had all year. And I say it every time he comes in, but he goes completely over the top with that arm angle, and just with how tall he is and how high a ball is coming out of the hand, it makes it so hard to distinguish between the fastball and the off-speed because they leave at the exact same point.
Dancing for their dessert now are the fans here at the Friar. Look at that. Oh, she's going crazy.
I think she might deserve it,
yeah.
I'll be honest.
What are the dessert again? I've asked this every time. Those look like donut holes, maybe?
They're basically just donut holes. I think they're filled with something as well.
Okay. Now, this is an interesting shout-out for me. I am a big jelly donut truther, and I get flack for that.
Yeah, they're fine.
I think a jelly-filled
I'm
donut.
not gonna come out and like defend them.
I think
they're
they're elite.
Yeah, they're good, but
yeah, that's what most people are like.
Yeah.
But I seek out jelly donuts at a donut shop.
Dang. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am a very basic person. I just go maple bar. Works every time.
I mean, that's also a classic, but I feel like people hate on jelly donuts for no reason.
I'm not in those circles. I'll be honest. I don't think I've ever
That's
heard
great that I have a
Yeah.
comrade with me. Maurer teammates with Jackson Dulé at Bellevue College, and he's going to come in. Bases packed, 1-0 count. Coming in mid-count with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning.
Boy, what a spot for Maurer to come in. Not only in quite the jam here, but in the middle of a count. This is going to take some pretty strong mental fortitude, but we saw Tyler Maurer come out of a game and then have to go back in because he hadn't faced the minimum amount of batters yet and still strike the next guy out. So
that one runs inside on Ash Bergman. Now for ball 2. There's Crispy with the fans, my arch nemesis. Look at his smiling face.
He's never sad, always happy. Even when he loses, always happy.
2-0 from Maurer, another insurance ball. Oh, and that one smacks a car. Man, you
there
can
will be
hear
an
that.
email sent about that baseball and what it did to that car.
Can't tell
Very
which one
shortly.
it was, but pretty solid smack.
It is-
I parked away from the park.
Yeah, there's
So-
a reason I don't park there.
2-1 is upstairs. A walk would bring in another run.
And that would be a big-time momentum shift in this game if, after the bottom of the fifth, bring home a run for the Sticks, Elevate Northwest is just able to punch right back.
Bergman's 0 for 3 tonight, but did drive in a run on an RBI ground down the third. He was 2 for 3 yesterday. And that one's outside for ball 4, so Bergman will walk in a run, and it is now 7-2 Elevate Northwest.
And 4 walks is what creates that run opportunity for Elevate Northwest. They don't even have to swing the bat up there to score that run. And still, plenty of damage to be done here with Ethan Swallam, a D1 commit, up to the plate. Definitely still not out of the woods, and Elevate Northwest can really put their stamp on this game with one swing right here.
First pitch swinging is fouled back from Swallam, who's 2 for 3 in this game. Had kind of a funky double back in the second inning, but would come around to score, and then singled on a no-doubt hit back in the third. Elevate Northwest again out hitting the Sticks for the third straight game up to this point. They have 8 hits to the Sticks 7. No shortage of offense here tonight after the pitchers were the talk of the show through the first 2 games. 0-1 does hit the bottom part of the zone for strike 2.
And Maurer ahead in the count, that is just huge, especially after back-to-back-to-back-to-back walks. It was just integral that Maurer gets ahead in the count because Elevate Northwest, I mean, for every reason, was pretty conservative at the plate here in this 6th inning.
Here's the 0-2. That one does get away from Hellner. No one's going to advance. Again, super short backstop at the Friar, just a major advantage to whoever's in the field. Flores over there at third didn't even think about going to home plate.
And Hellner got enough glove on it that Flores didn't even have to think about it. If he completely missed, then maybe Flores would have broke, but Hellner knocked it down.
1-2, and boy, Maurer was mid-pitch there. But 2 quick outs in this inning by Wesley Harwell. A ground ball to third and a strikeout, and then 4 straight walks. 3 from Harwell and 1 from Maurer. That walks in a run. Here's the 1-2 again, misses the plate.
The back pick might have been there. If Alex Amato was on the bag, it would have been close at third base, and Hellner didn't bother. But if Amato was covering the bag over there at third, it could have turned into a close play.
Maurer comes set, deep breath. Fires in the 2-2, that's fouled off.
And everyone's going to try and grab it through the net, which obviously is impossible. So, yeah, there you go.
Trying to defy
we'll have to spit that one out.
Only 2 strikeouts in this game from Elevate Northwest. They have faced multiple deep counts. The strikeout in the first of Nishikawa, and then the burger batter, Julian Gonzalez, struck out for $2 off vouchers to Dick's Drive-In. That was the second out of this inning. Seems like a fortnight ago. Taken out to center field, Jackson Dulé doesn't have to move very far, and he will make the out. 1 run does come across in the 6th. It's 7-2 going to the bottom half of the inning, and the Fish Sticks looking to make another crazy comeback.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
They always say, think happy thoughts. It's easy when you're a Wendy's Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion. I'm an instant dopamine hit. Get it? Dopamine? Like cookie dough. I said like cookie dough. Happiness is a cookie dough frosty fusion at Wendy's.
Oh, Audrey, look over there.
Where? Oh, a whole herd of reindeer beers.
Not herds, Audrey. Rainier's come in 6-pack. Wake up.
Yes. Well, we were just talking about Coloring Book in the break, and we were talking about how good that album was. I think I might have convinced Angus.
Yeah, there's a lot of good songs. I'm still going Life of Pablo.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, boy. What's your favorite song on Life of Pablo?
Fade.
Okay.
That one went.
Okay.
That one went triple plat in my playlist for a
Nice.
second there. But it has so many good ones.
It does.
It's a very deep album.
Going into the bottom half of the sixth inning, it's a 7-2 deficit for the Fish Sticks. One run came across after 4 straight walks were forced by Elevate Northwest in the top half of the sixth. 4 runs came across for them in the third to take a huge lead. And now, here in the bottom of the sixth, at the season finale for the Fish Sticks, they're going to have to make some real magic happen to come back in this one.
Yeah, they've got some work to do, but, I mean, we've seen it before, and we've just come to not count out this team when they're down big in this stage of the game. Rodrigo Montano is taking cuts, so he will likely come and pitch hit for either Noah Benedict or Riley Sonoy here in the sixth, but Jake Rolling will get things rolling.
Wow.
Boom.
Wow.
Here in the bottom of the
Fist
sixth.
pump.
And he is 2 for 2 on the day.
Average up to 500 on the season. It's been an unbelievable campaign for Jake Rolling. He's 2 for 2 on the day. A line drive to the right side of the outfield and then a line drive up the middle. 21 for 42. That is pretty incredible, and that is not a small sample size. He takes that one low for ball 1.
I mean, Jake Rolling and Will Cooley both going to Gonzaga. That's a pretty good look for the Zags next year. That's 2 of the guys in their freshman class.
That's now 2-0 to Rolling. They're going to be joining Donovan Dent and Jordan Pope. That's my prediction.
Man, we had Dent last night, and now Jordan Pope's getting in on the mix, and this is just delusion. I think we can say it. This is delusion. I think we need to see those reports first before we can talk about it, Kyle.
There was the Founders box out in the ice chest. A good look. Now one dips below. It's a 3-0 count. What we didn't talk about as a part of Rolling's season this year is how good he was at forcing walks. Entering this game, he's forced 14 walks in 15 games. Has only struck out 5 times.
And it's just because it got to the point where no one really wanted to pitch to him that badly. So they just saw so many balls when he was up at the plate. And every team, at least the Rolling played while he was healthy, quickly figured out that they should probably not be pitching to this guy too often.
3-1 count. Could be another 3-hit day for Rolling. And that one does catch a piece. He was thinking about heading over to first, but it's now a full count.
Yeah, we've seen a couple in that gray area on the inside third to batters today.
Rolling does have a home run this season, has 16 RBIs in 15 games as well. Here's a 3-2. He's a bit late. He'll foul it off and stay alive.
And this is part of why he's so good at working walks as well, is because he just will not go away in these counts. And this is what Elevate Northwest has done so well in this game. That's why they lead by 5.
Here's a cool look from the ice chest. Lights coming on here at the Friar. Here's the 3-2, and that dives away for ball 4. So Rolling is aboard for the 3rd time in 3 plate appearances again today.
This dude drives me insane. I live with him, and all I see when I come out here is him just get on base. And came into this game with an OBP of 607, and that means he is getting on base more than 60% of the time he came up to the plate. And now he's 3 for 3 today, so that number has only gone up.
It's really incredible. So Montano will come in to pinch hit for Noah Benedict. He takes a look at strike 1. Montano has been a really good two-way player this season. Again, an incoming freshman going to the Colorado School of Mines. He's hitting .278. He's had multiple super clutch hits this season, including one of the clutchest of the year in the 8th inning, down 8-7 against the Seattle Studs. That was that 7-0 comeback. And the Sticks are trying to emulate that here. By the way, I totally forgot to say it, but I think my favorite song in Life of Pablo is St. Pablo.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Changes a lot, but 0-1. Rolling stays put. Montano out to center field. Should be easy for Melberg out there, and it is for out number 1. But Montano has had a great season. He'll likely come up again. He also had a great appearance on the mound yesterday. Should be a great two-way player for the School of Mines out in Golden next season. Excited to see what he does.
So Jake Rolling led off the 2nd and the 4th with base hits already in this game. And then Riley Sonoy followed suit in both of those with a base hit of his own. Sonoy up now, and neither one has come around to score. That was in the 2nd and the 4th, and those both turned into scoreless frames for the Sticks.
As you mentioned, 2 hits for Sonoy in today's game. One to the opposite side back in the 2nd, and then one straight up the middle in the 4th. Rolling, taking a healthy lead at first. He's going to try to be picked off. You saw him take off once in an at-bat with Sonoy already today. It was a hit-and-run scenario.
They have picked off at Rolling 4 times in this game now.
Stays put again, that one into the zone, and it's quickly 0-2.
When you get on base 3 out of 3 tries, obviously you're going to be on the bases more than others, but still 4 times they've checked on him on the base paths in 3 trips now.
Oh, 2 count to Riley Sonoy. Got 2 hits already in today's game. Long pause for O'Connor. He's just going to step off. Rolling has been giving the pitchers for Elevate Northwest fits on the base paths.
And now that's the 2nd disengagement with Sonoy at the plate. So, again, another disengagement that doesn't get Rolling out, and he's over at 2nd.
There's Ruben on the left and Pat on the right. That dives out for ball 1. I'd like to shout out all the employees we can on the last game of the season, all the great work they've done, including Jackson. How about, you know what we haven't had this year? Jackson putting the camera on himself.
Face reveal.
And basically giving a vlog because he's been operating the camera, and we would love to see that.
He's looking right at us, so I know he hears us.
1-2. This one's popped into the air, into shallow right field, and it's headed for the fishing dock. Now a scramble for the ball.
I would love a Jackson face
reveal for Jackson. I mean, we've seen him countless times in the broadcast, but giving like a Logan Paul-esque vlog.
There he is.
Jackson on the left.
The one and only
Connor Lee on the right.
Lee.
That's awesome. Look at those smiling faces. Just handsome young men. Ready to do
Man,
good.
that guy on the right really looked like he would win a Benson Boone look-alike contest, doesn't he?
Didn't we have one of those at the Friar?
We did. There was a Benson Boone impersonator, and for some reason, it really looked like Connor Lee. Don't know what that was about.
That was a weird one for us this season. We were trying to put the 2 and 2 together there. We just really couldn't. Speaking of 2 and 2, that's the count right now to Riley Sonoy as Rolling finally takes his bag.
Now with a runner on scoring position, if Sonoy is able to recreate what he did the first 2 times up, that likely scores Rolling.
Trying to get that run back here in the 6th, and it's now a 3-2 count.
And Sonoy has been selective at the plate today. We've seen him strike out more often than others this year, and when he's selective, he is really thriving with the bat in his hands.
Singles in the 4th from Jake Rolling were both followed up by Sonoy. Rolling walked to start this inning. Could Sonoy follow that up here? He fouls it off to stay alive.
Even if he doesn't reach base, he's followed Rolling in the sense that he's worked into a deep count right here.
Ami O'Connor is having trouble retiring the first 2 batters of the inning. the first 3 batters. Montano did fly out to center, but this tandem between Rolling and Sonoy has not gone down yet tonight, and that will continue. Sonoy and Rolling like 2 peas in a pod right now on first and second again with 1 gone, and now Jackson Dulé will step in.
Beckett Turnbow, who came in for Noah Kung defensively, is on deck in Kung's place in the 8-hole, and Jackson Dulé coming up. Get it. Hey.
Okay, so there's Connor Lee on the left. That's Amelia in the middle. Roshan on the far left. That's Jonah, our on-field host. And then Jesse on the far right. And they were emulating a classic Crispy dance that we got a classic moment of about a week ago. Can we show them again? They've got to be doing it again, right?
We are encouraging them to clit farm.
Please dance.
A little bit. As the kids say, clit farm, which is kind of just...
The kids?
Yeah.
You're a kid.
Yes, I am.
You're 19 years old.
Yeah.
That's right up your alley.
Yeah. That's not funny, man.
Dulé takes a look at ball 1. So 2 walks to Rolling and to Riley Sonoy. They're at second and first base. Fish Sticks are running out of outs in this one. They've made crazier things happen this season and looking to end the season off with more magic. And, man, Rolling has just been getting in the head of Ami O'Connor. How many disengagements is that? It's got to be at least 5.
That's 5 towards Jake Rolling, spreading across Cody Moyer and now Ami O'Connor.
Taking another look. That one's up and in for ball 2. Dulé struck out looking back in the 4th, grounded into a double play in the 2nd. Hasn't been the greatest showing for him today, but he has put together a really strong summer. On-base percentage has lived above 400 the entirety of the season. A great fielder in the outfield, also has such a great motor, ton of speed, near the tops of the team.
His catch out in center earlier in this game was one of the best we've seen from a Fish Stick all year.
That one finally finds the zone for strike 1. That catch was one of the most spectacular plays we've seen, not only from a Fish Stick, but anyone all summer long on a very short list. Full extension coming towards second base out in center field. 2-1 count. O'Connor steps off. Dulé called time. Mark Lynn firing off sides down the third base line.
And boy, O'Connor is stepping off the mound quite often here in this 6th inning.
Looking back at Rolling. Delivers the 2-1 that caught Dulé off balance for strike 2.
That's a good pitch right there. After the disengagement, O'Connor just has time to take a breath, and then he executes that to perfection. Just breaks right into the zone.
2-2 count, 1 gone, 2 base runners on. Here for the DubSea Fish Sticks in the final game of the 2026 season. They're 24-14 on the year, looking for a second straight 25-win season. The 2-2, and Dulé does just enough to stay alive in the count.
I'm not sure how he fouled that off. He was early on that swing and just barely, just by a hair, gets a piece of it.
Rolling and Sonoy were both walked on 3-2 counts. Dulé forcing another deep count with Ami O'Connor here. Now Rolling's going to take off. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Oh boy, that ball tossed right at Mark Lynn. And Jackson Dulé, who had just struck out, might have obstructed that throw. And it's an inning-ending double play.
Oy.
In a season of wackiness, in a game of wackiness, there is another instance right there. That throw from behind the dish from Ethan Swallam was a throw where he was trying to avoid Dulé walking across the plate, and he almost took out Mark Lynn.
That is a tough break for the Fish Sticks. I mean, that throw, again, it bounced off Mark Lynn's calf and just rolled into no man's land over towards Jonah and Connor and Roshan over there getting ready for the pony hop. And they rule obstruction. Run would have scored. Sonoy would have advanced to third right there. And
oh, boy.
We've already got people falling forward in the final pony hop.
We might have another one. Barely staying upright. Uh-oh. Can she stay?
She's going to fall
Stumble?
across. Oh, wow.
Oh, she's got
Clinical.
it.
Clinical.
Wow. Saw a great pony hop from the social media interns. Here's another look. So Dulé strikes out. It's a double steal. Dulé just walks right in front. And then Swallam just fires it over at Mark Lynn, who you can kind of see at the left side of your screen. He's like, what just happened? Rolling would have had the bag. But because Dulé walked right in front, that was called another out. So Dulé strikes out, and then it's a double play on the obstruction. That might be the weirdest double play I've ever seen.
And that is just, I mean, we've seen a lot of unlucky breaks that bounced the way of the Sasquatch tonight, but that might be the unluckiest of them all. That is so tough. That just ends a good-looking inning for the Sticks, and they still trail by 5.
So to the top half of the 7th inning we go. Tyler Maurer is back on the mound, and we've got another substitution here for Elevate Northwest.
This will be Connor Smith, who we saw last night from Mount Si High School. His teammate Kai Keith out at Mount Si threw on Thursday, and I think that's a guy that we might see pitch again in this game. He came in a similar situation on Thursday for the back third of that game, threw 2 scoreless innings, and then just got rattled in that 9th.
The sun coming down. Connor Lee still's got his shades on. Jackson's trailing right behind him. We'd love to see Connor just turn around here and give us another look.
Can we get a flick from Connor Lee before the end
frat
of the
flick
night?
cam.
Yeah.
Oh, he's hustling up our direction.
Smith will lead off here in the top of the 7th inning for Elevate Northwest, and he relieves Tilden Sue. Sue came out of the game last night as well after starting at first base.
Sue 0 for 2 with the walk, so Smith takes his place and takes a look at strike 1. Wesley Harwell and Tyler Maurer combined for 4 straight walks in the top half of the 6th inning that ended up scoring a run and widening the lead for Elevate. But right now, Maurer is quickly ahead 0-2.
And getting ahead in counts, it's just huge for this team, especially after 4 walks that brought home a run in the 6th inning. You have to get ahead in counts if you're Tyler Maurer.
To the leadoff batter here in the 7th, and Smith fouls it off. That has just been the MO for Elevate Northwest today. They just will not go down without a fight. Only 2 strikeouts up to this point. 2 strikeouts up to this point, which is what they've been doing all series long. They force more walks than Ks. Here's the 0-2, ripped towards the right side, and that will get through for a base hit. 9th hit of the game for Elevate Northwest, and Smith comes in with a pinch hit single to lead off the 7th.
And he found the barrel on that one. That was hit hard and just popped right off the bat into the gap between Turnbow and Bartholomew.
So Sam Melberg will come up for the 2nd time today. He pinch hit for Owen Fay, who was having a great game. 1 for 1 with the walk. Also drove in a run on a single back in the 2nd. Maurer takes a look at first and fires in ball 1 to Melberg. Approaching the double-digit hit mark for the 2nd time this series is Elevate Northwest. They did so yesterday. Out-hit the Fish Sticks, but did have 4 errors that cost them that game. Maurer checks over at first. Elevate has done their damage with 2 outs in this game, but a rare leadoff man is aboard in the form of Connor Smith.
Even in that 4-run third, the leadoff man did not reach. So, like you said, they've been backs to the wall quite a bit this year when they're doing their damage.
2-0 count now to Sam Melberg. Control was the issue in the 6th inning between Wesley Harwell and Tyler Maurer. That time he finds the zone. We saw a thriller of a game on Thursday. It was a 4-0 ball game going into the bottom of the 9th. The Fish Sticks plated 3, but it just wasn't enough as it was a 4-3 game. Now in the final game of the season here at the Friar, and the final game overall, there's a look inside the fishing dock. The kids are going nuts.
We can hear them all the way from here. There's no sound in that camera Jackson's holding, but they're loud enough that it got a few passing glances from the people around us.
That one's fouled straight back.
Can we get an update on the 999 guy?
I was just thinking about that. What's going on there? He was through 5, I believe. Impressive feat. Runner takes off. That's Smith, and that is strike 3 called. Hellner doesn't even blink towards second base, so Melberg is retired. Smith does get to second.
I think Evan Hellner might have thought that was ball 4. It was a delayed strike 3 call right there. Home plate out took a step before finally ringing out Melberg, and that's ball 4. I mean, Smith gets the bag anyway, so Hellner really had no reason to throw down to second until it was too late.
Oh, there we go. Man.
He's making
He looks like he's not even breaking a sweat. Okay, so he's got to be through 6. He's working on number 7 right now, both 7th beer and the 7th hot dog. He did have a while in the top half of the 6th as that one's fired in for strike 1 because of all the walks, so that lengthened that. Oh, the count now to Chase Clark. Excuse me, Zach Daniel is at the dish. Thought about it, held up. It's now a 1-2 count.
It's a good hold from Daniel, and Chase Clark is on deck, hitting in the 10th hole today, but Daniel 0 for 3 on the evening.
Smith took second base on that strike 3 of Sam Melberg. Another runner in scoring position, and that's 2 straight Ks now for Tyler Maurer. Comes back from that leadoff single and strikes out Sam Melberg and Zach Daniel, and now to the bottom of the order with Clark.
Yeah, and that's good breaking ball stuff from Tyler Maurer right there. And it's just so tall that it comes in from so high, and it's just got so much time to move left to right on a hitter.
There we go.
Excuse me.
Got that one down.
Whoop. Gotta throw that
Put
out.
up the
left
right there. Yeah. Pink skies are now out in the outfield. We haven't seen that in a bit, but the sunset is beautiful here in West Seattle. It's a 1-0 count now to Clark. That is Clark, not Cody Moyer, at the dish. It is now 1-1 count.
Clark also 0 for 3, so Daniel and Clark not having their best days at the plate, and Julian Gonzalez as well. Does have a hit in this game. It was a weird one.
This one's taken towards Becca Turnbow. Slides down and then fires as Braden Bartholome can't get it, and that will score a run. I think Bartholome might have been trying to sell that. We'll take another look. So Turnbow hops up, fires it, and hits the turf. Bartholome tries to pick it. He has it, and then maybe he lets it go after his glove hits the turf. Ump hits the 6-7, but that's going to score a run.
And that's really good heads-up base running from Elevate Northwest to know the situation right there. And Connor Smith, hard turnaround third. He scores before anyone even realizes what's going on. But Bartholomew's glove just can't survive the ground, and yeah, that's a run.
Gonzalez out to right center field. Dulay's going to come in and make the grab, but a strange way for the 8th run to come through for Elevate Northwest. They widen their lead, and to the last 7th inning stretch we go here at the Friar.
Once upon a home in the Issaquah Highlands, the Parkers used Thumbtack for a new kitchen island. Now the pizza is cooking and the kids are excited. Thank goodness for Thumbtack and all it provided. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, Crispy.
You ever wonder how Crispy gets to the Friar for games? He uses King County Metro's Rapid Ride H-Line. King County Metro, the official commute of your DubSea Fish Sticks.
The 7th inning stretch has come and gone for the final time here in the 2026 season. Kyle Sweeney and Angus Trangmo with you. Also for the final time this summer, we have been just enamored to be able to bring you all the action throughout the season. Becca Turnbow is due up, and Julian Gonzalez has come to the mound. He started the day in left field. He's our burger batter, and now he's on the mound.
Sorry, I'm a little distracted. Jeff Passan just tweeted that the Dodgers are acquiring Tarek Skubal.
What?
So.
What? Are you joking? For what?
For outfielder Zaire Hope, right-hander River Ryan, and right-hander Brady Smith. So, kind of a fleece by the Los Angeles Dodgers. I think everyone can agree on that. But back to the Friar, 8-2, and it's just been kind of a weird game, and the Fish Sticks just haven't had any ball bounce their way in this game. And we've seen comebacks from this team, and this would be a crazy one. It's going to take quite a bit, and Becca Turnbull will have to get it started here.
That is a tough one for the Rockies World Series bid here in 2026.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's what I was thinking about when I saw that news, but
are you kidding me? How is that allowed? I need a veto. I mean, just hand the next 5 World Series rings to the Dodgers. That's just absurd. By the way, Tarek Skubal was recruited to Seattle U by very own Elliot Kribbe, which is pretty cool. But, I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing?
I mean, it's not like the Dodgers have done anything wrong. They've found a loophole in the MLB system.
Turnbow turns on this one out to left field, no doubt about it. Becca Turnbow sends some magic over the left field wall, leaves an imprint here on the final game of the season. His 3rd solo shot of the year, and it is now 8-3.
Becca Turbow's got some pop. We've learned that over the course of the summer, and didn't get over the yellow line by much, but that just looked good off the bat. And I think we both knew that had a chance the moment he made contact, and that might be the jolt this team needs right now to try and make a fight in this game.
Tyler Eisenhut, first pitch swinging out to right field. That one is caught by Ashton Bergman for out number 1. Turnbow's entered this game hitting over 300. He's likely going to finish the year at the same mark, and what a turnaround it has been for him in the month of July. Back-to-back sticks of the game a week ago in that 4-game homestand. Blasts his 3rd home run, all of which have come in the month of July, all of which have been solo shots. And is now looking to kickstart this offense. 1 pitch for Julian Gonzalez, and Beckett Turnbow sends it out of the yard. Now Alex Hamada will be out at first. It has been 3 pitches in this inning, I believe.
It has.
A home run, Beckett Turnbow, a fly out for Tyler Eisenhut, and now a ground out for Alex Hamada. That is a lot of action for 3 pitches of baseball.
But for giving up a home run on your first pitch, this is just an amazing bounce back for Julian Gonzalez to not let this get out of hand and get 2 quick outs, because the only way you can let the Fish Sticks back in this game is if you let an inning get out of hand.
Back to the top of the lineup card with Will Cooley, who finally lets one go. Cooley 0 for 2 tonight with a walk. Sends out another insurance ball. Brace for impact. Believe that one missed everything.
Yeah, I mean, State Farm is eating at the food court tonight at the Friar. This is amazing how many balls are going out into the parking lot.
0-2 to Cooley. That's a single into left field. Will Cooley puts a stamp on a strong summer for the Sticks. He's on first with 2 gone.
And that'll bring up Braden Bartholomew here with 2 down, but another look at Cooley's base hit, and that ball was scorched right over the head of Landon Klein at third base. And like you said, Cooley has had a great summer, albeit a shortened summer. He only joined the team in the Marionberry series in the first week or so of July.
That'll bring up Braden Bartholomew. First pitch swinging. That's not a new one this inning.
It's not a new one for Braden Bartholomew this summer either.
Bartholomew, the RBI king, came into this game with 37 RBIs. That led the way by 10 on this team. He's collected his 38th and 39th already in this game. He's driven in 2 of the 3 runs. That one curls in and just misses the plate for ball 1. A single in the first for Bartholomew, and an RBI ground out to third base back in the 3rd, and then a sac fly in the 5th that scored Tyler Eisenhut. In the midst of it, the Dodgers have ruined baseball. That one catches the plate for strike 2. Again, I mean, the Rockies, I still think they got a chance against the NL West leaders right now, and the Dodgers, that's what I'm most disappointed about, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we can make jokes about the Rockies and whatever other team we want to make jokes about, but it's not like baseball was some perfect idea before Tarek Skubal got traded to the Dodgers. The Dodgers have been doing this. It was almost expected that they would make a move like this, and yeah, that's a pretty good team they got down there at Dodger Stadium.
Bartholomew hit hard towards third. It's knocked down by Landon Klein and tossed over for the 3rd out of the inning. But another run comes across. Beckett Turnbow with a solo shot to left field, and it is an 8-3 game, but the Sticks are running out of outs. They've got 6 outs left here in the season finale.
One last hurrah for the fish toss from the ice chest. Let's see how much help Crispy gives the contestants today. Usually it's not much. And I mean, there was no chance at that one. Maybe that was a courtesy reach from Crispy.
Third and last one.
Here we go, the fish toss going on. Crispy doesn't put a ton of effort to make sure those go in the net. Here we go, from the ice chest over to Crispy. Launch it. Oof.
He is trying today, we'll give him that. Jackson putting on a nature documentary over there with the fish, but he did try today. And, you know, that's a nice gesture on the last day of the season.
We saw Brandon Pajemski in the stadium yesterday. I think he made his way back on those couple of shots.
Oh, man.
And you're dogging my Colorado Rockies on the anniversary, the 1-year anniversary of the greatest baseball game ever played at Coors Field in a 17-16 victory last year.
The game heard round the world.
They just took their second straight win over the Royals. They scored 12 runs again.
The Royals are arguably worse.
That's totally okay and not relevant to the story.
Man, the Royals have just had such a down year, such a disappointing year, and Bobby Witt is so good. It's Kansas City loves him because Kansas City is a great sports town, but man, he is kind of wasting away with the Royals. It's sad to watch.
You know where he should go. Just a few hundred miles to his west, up to Coors Field.
Coors Field. I think he'd go to a certain LA team.
Yeah, I would actually never watch a baseball game again if he ended up in LA.
I don't think that'll happen, but if it did, that would be pretty bad.
So here we go. Santiago Guedes Rodriguez, the ace for this team after the departure of Eli Hurst, is on the mound here in the 8th inning. Again, a primary starter, has 5 starts on the season. He's pitched really well.
Yeah, G-Rod, as we like to call him in the booth. 19 2/3, so he'll reach his 20th inning of the summer right here. We haven't seen him in quite some time on the mound, so it's really good to see him come out on the last day of the year, Jake Rolling style, if you will.
There we go.
Getting guys in.
The rolling is rolling that you fired off a couple innings ago is pretty classic.
It's a layup.
Landon Klein leading off in the top half of the 8th inning. The Elevate Northwest has had the lead for the entirety of the game. 1 run in each of the first and the second innings, and then 4 in the top of the third, and they were off and running. They've plated the run in each of the 6th and the 7th innings as well to tack on to this lead. A solo home run from Beckett Turnbow in the bottom half of the 7th ignited a spark into the Fish Sticks and into the stadium. But still quite the uphill battle to go. One count from G-Rod to Landon Klein. That was upstairs for ball 2. It's really nice to see G-Rod pitch one more time for the Friar. He deserves a standing ovation for what he has done this season, but I'll give him a standing ovation here in the booth. Headed back to Pierce College next year. He's going to be a great arm for them.
We stand every game.
We do.
We stand for every moment.
We stand for every moment. Klein did not go, according to the first base umpire. It's now a 3-1 count. We'll take another look. Yeah, he went.
Yeah.
We saw.
Definitely not as bad as the Gillard call last night.
That was a signature moment of the 2026 season. And that one does catch a piece of the zone. This ump has been quite delayed on a couple of strike 3 calls. And he's delayed again there. So payoff pitching coming from G-Rod.
And that might be something of a makeup call there as well.
4.57 ERA for G-Rod, now making his 11th appearance. Ooh. Boy, that one right off the face mask of the home plate umpire, and Hellner's going to give him a moment.
Yeah, he'll take a lap, go inspect our broadcast equipment that we have there back in the room. And that caught the mask, and then it bounced and hit him in the left shoulder, which isn't a very heavily padded area in that shirt. So as much as it's a bit of a scare to get hit straight in the face, it's probably his shoulder that's bugging him more so.
What a great showing by Hellner there. Give him some time.
Yeah.
Talked to Hellner last night because he was a stick of the game. Great guy. Everyone on this team has been so nice to us, and we really appreciate that.
You will get some atmospheres where not everyone is very nice to people like us, and that has not been the case with the Fish Sticks. It's just been such a good community, and parents of players, the players themselves, the fans, the staff have just all welcomed us with open arms, and it's just made us so much better because of it.
Another payoff pitch incoming for Santiago Guedes Rodriguez. Payoff fired in and right over the head of Jake Rolling for a base hit. And now Klein rounding first. He's going to second base on a beeline, and he is there in time. He didn't take a foot off the gas the entirety of the time from home plate to second base. We'll take another look.
So here's Klein. He's thinking double all the way, and he catches Jackson Dulé napping a little bit in center field, and yeah, beats the throw. A bit of sneaky speed from Klein, who we've seen at catcher in this series. He's playing third base today, and hit it hard, ran hard, and now he's on second base.
This is the second hit of the game. He had a bunt single back in the third and walked back in the sixth. He scored both times he was on. Great showing from Klein here tonight.
I think we almost made him the burger batter.
Yeah, that would have been bad. And that would have continued just a shocking curse. Or not a curse for the other team, because we have just gifted them with blessings of the burger batter. 3 straight 3-hit games and a grand slam. Those are the last 4 burger batters. Julian Gonzalez is the burger batter. He collected a hit. He walked back in the fourth. He's 1 for 3 on the day, but
thankfully it looks like that streak will end.
He did strike out, to the pleasure of everyone at the Friar. Now 1-1 count to Jacob Flores, who is also having a fantastic game tonight. He set the tone in the first 3 innings. A solo shot in the first to get the scoring started, and then an RBI double in the third. He also came around to score a run. Walked his last time up in the 6th. 1-1 up high for ball 2. So G-Rod, primary starter for this team. He became the Thursday starter once Eli Hurst departed to prepare for the MLB Combine and to go down to play for Vanderbilt next year. Wish him all the best. So that one curls in there for strike 2.
And that goes in through the back door for G-Rod. And that off-speed is really good, but it's his fastball that he likes to go to in 2 strike counts, and I think that's what we'll see right here.
What is Rodriguez? 28 strikeouts in 19 2/3 innings this season. Huge strikeout guy. And that one is fouled back. Klein was heading for third base.
He had it, too.
2 meows coming from the loudspeakers.
Is it yeah, it is Roshan over there now.
Roshan
he
taking
does seem
over
to
Jackson.
love the cat noises.
He does. You know, we're in the 8th inning of the last game of the season. Might as well just unload on every foul ball.
Do we have the metal pipe hitting the floor on the soundboard?
The 2-2, this one's popped up towards the ice chest. Hamada going that direction, and a souvenir. There we go. Scattered applause.
There he is.
There's Roshan,
Brat.
the head of
Give us a
game
wave.
day
Yes.
operations. He puts all of the entertainment together. Round of applause. There we go. There we are. Round of applause.
Round of applause for himself. Love that.
No, we gave you. Don't worry. Another 2-2 incoming from G-Rod. A couple looks at second base. He's going to go check at Klein. Klein took off for third. Showed off the speed, legging out a double on a line drive up the middle. Roshan and Jack discussing Tarek Skubal. No mention of the Rockies quite yet.
They'll get to that aspect of it.
2-2 is inside and another 3-2 count incoming.
And to just kind of allude to how Klein and now Flores are making G-Rod work, that was pitch number 15 for G-Rod in this outing, and he's only faced 2 batters counting Flores.
Nobody gone, runner in scoring position. The leadoff man, Landon Klein, here in the top half of the 8th. Payoff pitch, hit out to center field. Jackson Dulé took a step back first, now comes ahead, makes the out for the first out of the 8th.
And it's big that G-Rod, after losing the first battle against Landon Klein, comes out on top against Flores, who has had a great day at the plate. He's already launched one up and out of here all the way back in the first inning.
That'll bring up Kane Nishikawa, who got the blessing of being the burger batter on Thursday and turned it into a 3-hit game. It's been an interesting day for Nishikawa today. He struck out looking back in the first, as that one's outside for ball 1. Reached on an error and scored a run back in the third. There's Gavin George. Yep, he's showing everyone.
Gavin, we beat you to it. Sorry, man. But
you can show the Rockies win graphic. He's a Dodgers fan?
Yeah,
That is, stop
so
it.
he went
Cut
to
it off.
Sierra Canyon High School.
Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting.
It's the same high school that LeBron James' kids, Bronny and Bryce, played basketball at. And yes, he is an LA guy.
Klein's going to take off for third, and that one's into left field, and Klein is going to go home. Landon Klein just wreaks havoc on the base paths. Legs out a double on what should have been a single up the middle. Steals third base, and then the errant throw from Hellner gives him a 90-feet gift.
Boy, how about the speed of Landon Klein coming out of nowhere, really, here in the 8th and scoring a run.
90-feet gift. Don't think.
Whatever.
Let's just distract from the Tarek Skubal news at this point, right? You remember, you probably remember this, but Gonzaga was playing St. Mary's at St. Mary's my junior year of college, and Dave Fleming and Sean Farnham, who have great people, by the way, they call all those games, they broke the Luka trade live on that broadcast. And I felt like that when you just said that. And I remember Farnham specifically going, what?
Oh, I have seen that clip, actually.
And
I was not watching Gonzaga St. Mary's that night, which is
wow, that's
rare
shocking
for me. Usually I get to every Zach Scales game, but no, I wasn't watching it that night. I was at you'll love this. I was at the Brawl of the Wild club hockey game in Missoula. The Bobcats came out on top in overtime, for the record.
G-Rod strikes out Kane Nishikawa, or strike 3. That's the second out of the inning. But where were you the night of the Luka trade? You were at the club hockey.
I was watching Montana State beat Montana, which is what Montana State does best.
There we go.
Shout out to Harrison, again, our resident Bobcat in the broadcast booth. And shout out Justin Lampson. And shout out Taco Dowler.
Okay,
They're going to go back-to-back this year.
I hope that for you. First pitch swinging for Bergman over to short. Rolling, long throw. Bartholomew picks it out of the turf for the third out of the inning. Another run to extend the lead for Elevate Northwest. They have got a 9-3 lead going into the bottom of the 8th.
Once upon a home in the Issaquah Highlands, the Parkers used Thumbtack for a new kitchen island. Now the pizza is cooking and the kids are excited. Thank goodness for Thumbtack and all it provided. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
They always say, think happy thoughts. It's easy when you're a Wendy's Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion. I'm an instant dopamine hit. Get it? Dopamine? Like cookie dough. I said like cookie dough. Happiness is a Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion at Wendy's.
Oh, Audrey, look over there.
Where? Oh, a whole herd of reindeer bears.
Not herds, Audrey. Reindeers come in 6-packs.
Oh.
Wake up, Harley.
Harley, look at the reindeers. Oh, they're just so fresh and friendly.
9-3 going into the bottom of the 8th inning. The Fish Sticks have 6 outs left of their 2026 campaign to make one last gasp of magic happen. Kyle Sweeney and Angus Trengmo with you for the final time. We have been so glad to bring you all the action this season, and thank you guys so much for tuning in along the way. As Evan Hellner due up, he takes a look at ball 1. 3-4-5 due up. Oh, and I can't believe we haven't talked about this yet, but hearing DubSea Frank's voice, we have not shown his outfit today, and it is marvelous. As Hellner swings and misses at strike 1. We did show the fit where he had the Asian straw hat with a Fernando Mendoza Raiders jersey on top of leopard print pants, and he might have topped it today.
Pikachu onesie, folks.
That is Pikachu. Yes. Hellner pops this up to Mars. Gonzalez is going to take a long look at it. What just happened? Everyone was just staring at the baseball, and no one actually stuck out their glove to catch it. And Hellner is aboard.
Well, he is so good at just racking up singles. It's single after single after single, and he does it right there on a ball that just kind of lands in front of everybody. No one really made any sudden moves towards that ball, and the Fish Sticks really have put base runners on in this game. It's not the most convincing hit ever, but that is their 10th hit of the night.
Jake Rowling, who has been on all 3 times he's been to the plate, 2 singles and a walk, fouls that off. There we go. That is the best single that Evan Hellner is going to probably hit in his baseball career. I still can't believe that happened.
Usually when you see that, like someone makes a step at it and then the other guy makes a step at it, sometimes they collide.
He just stood there.
No one made any moves towards that ball.
And now Jake Rowling's going to try to make him pay. He's got his average up to 500 on the season. He's 21 for 42, has increased that 607 on-base percentage that he entered this game with. Been an unbelievable season. The 0-2, that one dives away for ball 1.
Still Julian Gonzalez out there, and first pitch Gonzalez threw ended up over the left field fence off the bat of Beckett Turnbow, but he goes 1-2-3 after that in the 7th, and then kind of just a bad break on a ball that really should have been his to start the 8th.
1-2, Rowling crushes this to left center field, but right at Sam Melberg. Another hard hit ball from Jake Rowling. And, man, really disappointed in him. He's going to end the season, if that's his last at-bat, batting below 500. True disappointment.
Gosh, unacceptable
Yeah.
from Jake Rowling, and that's really the only way Elevate could kind of imagine to get him out today. It's just hard contact that kind of goes right at a fielder, and it just stands up a little bit too long for Sam Melberg out there in center.
Now Rodrigo Montano back to the plate. Pinch hit for Noah Benedict, his last time up. Hellner's still at first after an uncanny single on an infield pop fly. There's another insurance ball.
Oh, that's another thud out there in the parking lot.
It's not. Oof. Just hope and pray. My GMC Terrain survived the summer. From foul balls, at least. This could be another one. Going over towards the ice chest, and oh boy, Landon Klein almost tried to make spectacular play.
I'm not sure why he even jumped into that fence, because that ball was, without exaggeration, probably 10 feet away from the fence. And I don't know. He just had such a great display of base running in the top half of the 8th, kind of just manufactured a run by himself and maybe just a little amped up over there 3rd.
2-2 incoming to Montano. This one's ripped into right center field, and that will get down for a base hit. Hellner rounding second, Montano rounding first. He's in with the double. 2 runners in scoring position, and Rodrigo Montano puts a stamp on a nice-looking summer for the incoming freshman.
I love watching Rodrigo Montano play baseball, both when he's on the mound and at the plate, and that's just because he's one of the youngest guys on this team, but he's so collected at all times. And that time he's in a 2-strike count, it doesn't matter. He just takes a nice swing through that ball and then turns it into extra bases.
Now Riley Sonoy up to the plate. He has had a sensational night. He's 2 for 2 with a walk. That one steers outside for ball 1. A single to the left side, the opposite way, back in the 2nd, and then right up the middle for another hit in the 4th. He walked in the 6th. 1-0, a huge hack, boy. That looked like some whiplash there from Riley Sonoy. He swings through strike 1. Sun has set here in West Seattle. 1-1. Sonoy takes a little bit off it, and another insurance ball. Brace.
Guess where it is going. Off the rain cover and right into the parking lot where everyone's car is. It's been an uneasy night for everyone here at the Friar who parked right next to the stadium.
Again, the largest crowd in franchise history tonight. 1-2, this one's popped up. And finally, Elevate Northwest is able to get the out on a pop-up. Connie Nishikawa lost that one for a second. And now that'll bring up the pinch hitter, Jake Daly.
Daly's been swinging the bat really well recently. He had a double in yesterday's game. He had 2 doubles in Everett that made him stick of the game in that 12-6 win. Also had a double in the 9th inning against the Merchants back on Sunday, where the Fish Sticks walked off Everett 6-5. So this has been a hot bat for this team, and he comes in with a couple runners in scoring position. In a 6-run game, this feels like a must-have to score both of these runners if the Fish Sticks want to stay alive.
Really scorching hot at the end of the year, as you just highlighted, going to St. Peter's, the Peacocks, the March Madness favorites. And Jake Daly, he's got 4 doubles in the past week. That's something only 7 players have done the entirety of the season. It's had 4 or more doubles. So really impressive last week, as you highlighted, starting on Sunday against the Merchants.
Beckett Turnbow on deck. He launched one out of here last time out.
Connor Lee just came up and said, we need baseballs ASAP. If Jake Daly sends another one foul, State Farm is going to be grinning ear to ear still. They have already ordered a steak medium rare with extra
State
butter.
Farm is calling barbecue chicken alert on the Friar right now.
Daly fouls that back. Luckily, it actually stays in the stadium. There's Connor Lee posted up. He's got no idea.
You like that, Connor? Yeah, I sure do.
1-1 count now to Jake Daly. Takes this towards the left side. That'll be fielded by Landon Klein and fired over to first base. And Elevate Northwest is out of the bottom of the 8th. To the 9th we go. A 9-3 lead, and very well possibly be the final inning at the Friar and on the 2026 season for the DubSea Fish Sticks.
Yeah, and Elevate Northwest has done such a good job tonight of keeping the Fish Sticks at bay with runners on. And runners left on base has been a trend for both of these squads. 12 left on by the Sasquatch and 11 left on by the Fish Sticks. So there have been a ton of runners on base in this game. It's just that the Sasquatch have, 1, had more, and 2, been able to capitalize with those runners in scoring position more often.
There's Crispy. Again, my arch nemesis. Hate's a strong word, but strongly disliked.
He's not your favorite. Yeah.
He ate my dirt for the first half of that race. There's Roshan getting into the
Can we get Jonah?
There we are.
Oh,
so
Jonah
there's Jack
stopped.
right here. This
Jonah's
is
a little camera
kind
shy.
of the normal post. I just sit on the railing. Angus is always standing. That's what we've been doing. Oh, and I tried to give a shout out. We did give a little bit of a shout out.
Oh, this is actually
earlier.
a big moment.
This is a big moment
Can you
that
finish
I want
your
to shout
Diet
out.
Coke?
This is my last sip of Diet Coke for the entirety of the 2026
This is a
season.
huge moment.
And here we go. Thank you. This has been the engine all summer long. Look at that.
And that is just, man, you can't teach it any better than what Kyle Sweeney just did on that Diet Coke. I mean, when they teach the fundamentals in class, they're going to show that video and they're going to say, this is how it's done. This is what you're striving to be on the Diet Coke.
If chocolate milk had caffeine, we would be having some uncomfortable conversations.
It would be over
You think that's a thing? It's got to be a thing in today's
Caffeinated
world, right?
chocolate milk?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's in your basement. I'm pretty sure you're the one that's
No.
developing that.
I don't think I'd want to ruin chocolate milk. You know?
That's true.
Like,
it would ruin you.
I would have 3 glasses of it, and then it'd be like the Panera lemonades all over again. Mr. Brightside. No, this is not Mr. Brightside.
Yes, it is.
Is it? Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah,
You're
sorry.
good, man.
I'm
You're good.
losing
One
it.
more, Kyle. You got this.
One more inning. Sanity has somewhat stayed intact. G-Rod back on the mound. Ethan Swallam to lead things off here in the top of the 9th. That one's in there for strike 1. Hits in each of the 6th, the 7th, runs in each of the 6th, the 7th, and the 8th innings for Elevate Northwest. They have extended their lead. They plated 6 runs through the first 3 innings to really jump out to a fast start.
It's been consistent, sustained offense the whole way. Obviously the 2 zeros in the 4th and 5th, but when you score in 6 of the 8 innings, that's usually a recipe for success.
We saw a last gasp bottom of the 9th inning for the Fish Sticks come up just short on Thursday. This is an even larger deficit as G-Rod's looking to shut down Elevate Northwest here in the top of the 9th inning.
First inning for G-Rod took 23 pitches and he gave up a hit and a run. The run was unearned as Evan Hellner threw a ball into left field, but G-Rod's got a K right there, and Santiago Guedes Rodriguez has just been so good to watch on the mound for this team. He had a blow-up outing in Wenatchee, and outside of that, he has been nothing but consistent.
Off speed just catches the outside corner for strike 3 against Swallam, who will likely be the last at-bat of what's been a great game for Swallam and a great series. That'll bring up Connor Smith, who came in to pinch hit for Tilden Sioux. That's the 30th strikeout of the summer for Santiago Guedes Rodriguez, and if I am not mistaken and not blind, I believe that is the team lead, and it is. Holding up for right behind.
Yeah, G-Rod, you wouldn't take him to be this big, high strikeout guy just based on his stature and the way he throws, but he can kind of do it in all facets. That's what makes him so reliable on the mound, is that he can be that strikeout guy or he can be that weak contact guy. We've seen all of those this summer.
Looking to finish off the 2026 season with a clean slate in the top half of the 9th inning. Big swing and a miss from Connor Smith on a 2-0 count. There's Gavin George. I genuinely wish the worst for the LA Dodgers, which is his home baseball team. I guaranteed that's what I think. I can't tell who that is taking a bow. Or that's exactly how I felt when you told me the news.
Yep.
That's another swing and a miss.
That was Kyle watching the Rockies World Series hopes drift away.
Right.
Drift away like he didn't do that in April.
What? Have they been mathematically eliminated from the playoffs up to this point? I do not believe so.
No, they have not.
There's always a chance.
I apologize. What's that, a week out?
You're funny. You do think you're funny sometimes. That was a courtesy laugh from me.
Oh, no, it sounded pretty hearty, I got to admit.
Hunter Goodman is the future.
He is. He really is. The Rockies in 3 years are going to be a good team.
I've said that for the last decade,
That's
so
true.
I'm not getting my hopes up. We've been 3 years away since 2017. And G-Rod knows it too. He's gonna take a step off.
I'm not sure that's what he's thinking about, but 3-2 looking for back-to-back Ks, and he'll probably go fastball here. He likes it in 2 strike counts.
Looking for back-to-back punch-outs.
Oh, man.
And Smith's going to call time. I don't think G-Rod and Evan Hellner are on the same page.
Yeah, that was kind of just a chess match. Who was going to break first right there? G-Rod was taking forever.
G-Rod finally comes set. The payoff is low for ball 4. I think the rhythm was just thrown off there for G-Rod, and Smith is aboard.
Yeah, and Connor Smith came in for Tilden Sioux, and a hot shot base hit into right field first time up, and then he works a walk, so a good day off the bench for him.
Melberg now up to the dish, another guy who pinch hit in this game for Owen Fay. Back in the 6th. That one is up high. 4-1 from G-Rod. Stands are emptying out a little bit. Still a pretty good crowd here in the 9th inning. Again, likely barring some magic, the last inning of the 2026 season. This one's, oh man. State Farm is ordering now lobster.
Barbecue, chicken alert.
Yeah, it's a buttery lobster to go along with the medium rare steak, and just pair it with a Diet Coke, because you always should do that. And then they had bread and butter as the appetizer. It's only growing.
It's just like, it seems like one a batter just out there into the parking lot. Free reign.
That one runs inside for ball 2. Classic moment. Probably my favorite moment on the broadcast this season was Braden Bartholomew's 12-pitch at-bat. Went 6 straight oof.
You're good.
We got it. 6 straight foul balls were sent before hitting a 3-run shot, as Cade Galen tried to steal 5 straight times. This could be 2. Rolling over to first, and that will end the top half of the 9th inning. So G-Rod closes out a strong summer with a clean 9th inning. But man, magic needs to happen here for the Fish Sticks in the bottom half of the 9th. It looks like we will stay here, as Connor Lee, who was right on the screen, he just sent me an invitation on LinkedIn.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Convenient.
So, hard at work is Connor Lee.
I mean, last game of the year, got to make sure you get all your connections before you head out, and he's just checking his boxes.
Yeah. That is classic. See, that goes right into scrolling.
That's classic CL.
Yeah.
It's classic Benson.
Scroll or work, part 10,000. I think scroll actually wins, but at least he's on LinkedIn trying to better himself and build his personal profile. That is unbelievable stuff coming from the big CL.
Scroll or work. Can we get like an advanced stat for like screen time for Connor Lee?
Beat
at the front
rivaling Shams Tarania. Here's Hawthorne Moody in the bullpen, or in the dugout, excuse me. There's the rest of the Sticks. Becca Turnbow will lead things off. This team had the makings of a thrilling comeback on Thursday and came up just 1 run short in a 4-3 loss. And right now, in the last game of the summer, the Sticks have really got to put one together here.
Turnbow followed by Tyler Eisenhut and Alex Amata due up here for the Sticks.
That's strike 1 to Turnbow. His last at-bat sends his 3rd home run of the summer out to left field. Really a no-doubter in all aspects of it. Entered the game hitting .305 as that one's in there for strike 2.
Oh, there are a lot of kids that are going to run the bases tonight.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're excited. Julian Gonzalez trying to sit down Turnbow here. Way up high for ball 1.
And Gonzalez, I mean, obviously just the worst way you could start an outing. First pitch, Turnbow launched one over the fence, but since then, it's been great stuff.
This one's blooped out to shallow right field, and it will get down for a base hit. Turnbow, a huge lead around first base. He'll stay put. But if you need the markings of an incredible comeback, you need base runners. There's the first.
And not the best contact we've ever seen from Beckett Turnbow, but It finds a gap out there in right center, and it was a huge lead for Turnbow, and the reason is Ashton Bergman just wasn't looking at him. So Turnbow kind of forces Bergman's hand and makes him throw to second base, and eventually has to come back to first.
Tyler Eisenhut in the 9th inning on Thursday was the second base runner of that inning. He just took one to the square of the back. And he is having a nice game. A couple of singles in this one to finish off the 2026 campaign, including a single where the umpire thought it was ball 4. It was actually ball 3. Eisenhut had gone all the way to first base before the umpire and head coach Mark Lane looked at the official scorekeepers, us. And we were like, that was actually ball 3. Sorry, Eisenhut. He goes all the way back to the plate and then hits a single the next pitch.
That's about the 4th weirdest thing that's happened in this game.
In this game alone. The pop fly that everyone just took a look at. The spinning single from Julian Gonzalez. Just to name a couple off the top of the head.
The obstruction also sticks out.
This could be 2. Nishikawa over to Clark, and Eisenhut will be aboard. Connor Smith couldn't grab it. I don't think it would have mattered. So fielder's choice for Tyler Eisenhut.
And that ball was hit hard as well by Tyler Eisenhut. It was just right at Nishikawa over at short, but so a bad break and just a perfect top to Nishikawa as well, which set up the play. And Smith, if he had hauled that in, it still would have been very close. It looks like the first base ump was gearing up to call out right there if he hauled that in.
Alex Amata, first pitch swinging up the middle for a base hit. Here we go. Little by little, Alex Amata, in all likelihood, finishes out his summer. This was a hot past 2 weeks with a good-looking single up the middle.
And that's hit number 13 in this game for the Sticks. So they have had so many nice swings in this game and so many base runners, and they just have not been able to bring them home.
That'll bring up Will Cooley. First pitch swinging, fouls it back for strike 1.
Cooley followed by Braden Bartholomew would put Bartholomew at 40 RBI on the season if he drives in another. Which would, right now he's sitting at 1 RBI per game. This is game number 39 of the year. He's at 39 RBI on the season. This would put him at 40, which is just a pretty video game number for him.
Over 1 per game. That one is up high for ball 2. I mean, we talked about it on Thursday. There's been a lot of crazy comebacks that have happened for the Fish Sticks this season. This
would be the craziest.
This would be the craziest. That's 2-1 is upstairs again for ball 3.
And Gonzalez is running on a pitch count that's starting to elevate as well. That was pitch number 42 for him. He's through 2 1/3 in this game. So you might see the control start to go as we go on, but just has to be in the strike zone enough right now.
Pops straight up in the air. Klein's going to head over to the ice chest again, but take a look at it as it tails foul.
And that's nice. Kevin Bartholomew went over and grabbed it. We saw Kevin as the fan batter. He's officially now with Bennett's AB done earlier in this game. He's officially the only fan batter this summer to put the ball within the foul lines.
Impressive. Impressive stuff, I must say. Congratulations to Kevin Bartholomew for holding that one. It was a 3-0 count on the fan batter today. He did end up striking out. Payoff pitch is low for ball 4. The bases are now loaded. Things are getting a little interesting here in the bottom of the 9th as what else did we expect to end the 2026 campaign?
And Elevate Northwest has seen this movie before. It was on Thursday where the Sticks seemed dead to rights and started that comeback again little by little. And 6 is obviously a lot different than 4, but this is how it starts.
Here we go. Braden Bartholomew takes a look at ball 1, and there's going to be a mound visit now for Julian Gonzalez. Bartholomew entered the game. The team leader in home runs, the team leader in RBIs. He's got 2 RBIs already today. That makes it 39 on the season. There's Ryder Peterson, Hawthorne Moody doing his best to get things going here at the Friar. There's Jake rolling. And now, Jonah, the in-game host, is starting to hype up the crowd. There's a good amount of people still left here at the Friar. This game was all but over about 5 minutes ago. And now it's starting to get a little interesting.
It's still a long road back for sure. Those kids are wild over there in the gate, but Bartholomew's the guy you want up right now if you want to start just inching back. And wouldn't this be something?
Now you start walking in runs, and slowly but surely the tying run will come to the plate. Bartholomew does take a look on that 2-0 count.
And that was probably just take sign until Gonzalez finally found the zone again. And Bartholomew, usually so aggressive, it probably hurt him to let that one go by.
Now the 2-1 is taken foul. Aggressive swing from Braden Bartholomew. He's more than capable. The team leader, 5 home runs this season.
I think just the team and the fans here just trying to squeeze every ounce out of this Fish Sticks season. It's a weird situation where, you know, there's no like true playoffs in the PIL, so you know when the last game ends.
And that one is high for ball 3. A 3-2 count. A walk would walk in a run. Evan Hellner, last night's stick of the game, would come up. And it would cut the deficit to 5. After Hellner, it's Jake Rolling, who is 21 for 43 this year from the plate. The 3-2, and that'll walk in a run. Oh, boy. Things are starting to heat up here at the Friar. That'll walk in Tyler Eisenhut. The bases are still loaded, and now the heart of the order coming up. The 3-hole hitter, Braden Bartholomew. Or, excuse me, Evan Hellner. And then Jake Rolling, the cleanup hitter, due up after. If Hellner were to reach base, Rolling would be the tying run in this ballgame.
Double play ball still ends this game as well, so Elevate Northwest has, I would say, nothing to worry about yet until that tying run comes to the plate. And in this huddle right now, Elevate Northwest is talking to Julian Gonzalez, and the Sasquatch and all of his teammates are telling him, you're pitching up 5. There's no need to do anything special right now. And we saw the crowd get to this team on Thursday, and Jonah and crew are trying to recreate that right now, but it's all about how Julian Gonzalez responds right here. Also a righty on lefty matchup, which favors Hellner. He is very good against righty arms.
Hellner first pitch swinging, aggressive, and fouls it back. Boy, this place would erupt with any sign of life off of the bat of Evan Hellner. Hamada at third, Will Cooley at second, Braden Bartholomew at first. 1 down, bases loaded. And a good-looking off-speed fired in from Gonzalez for strike 2.
And that's what you needed to see from Julian Gonzalez if you're the Sasquatch, is just him live in the zone. Because, again, right now, 5-run game. Yes, the bases are loaded, but you still don't have too much to worry about as long as Gonzalez can just stay controlled.
Hellner just dribbles this. This could be trouble. Hellner chugging over to first. He is called out. That will score another run. It is 9-5 Sticks. 2 runners are still on, but that is a huge out.
Yeah, it is, and that's a great play from the left side of the infield. And obviously, Landon Klein, I mean, I think he noticed that Nishikawa had an easier play on it. So he leaves it for Kane Nishikawa. That's a great heads-up move. And then Nishikawa reads that perfectly, throws on to first.
That'll bring up Jake Rolling. First pitch swinging will be foul. Rolling's 2 for 3 in this ball game with a walk. Putting up video game statistics this season. 21 for 43, like we mentioned. OPS, or on-base percentage coming into this game was at .607. He's reached base 3 of the 4 times today. 0-1 is up high. Still runners on second and third. Hellner brought in another run in his last at-bat. It was 9-3 coming into this inning. One and rolling, takes it
Cover
foul.
ears. That is loud, man. Hopefully that is the last time we have to hear that noise. That is one of the drawbacks. There's not many drawbacks to a game here at the Friar. That is one of them. That is pretty loud.
Another offering, and rolling stays alive.
This is what he's so good at, and it's the reason he's walked so often, is that he just will not go down with 2 strikes without a fight, and he's a hard guy to strike out as well, so Gonzalez is likely going to have to force weak contact.
Just 5 Ks this season, 14 walks for Jake Rolling. 1-2 is upstairs for ball 2. Rodrigo Montano waits on deck. He doubled his last time up. A walk here of Rolling, and that would mean Montano is the tying run. Rolling, this one's popped up towards second base, and this should do it. And with that, a wrap on the 2026 season for the DubSea Fish Sticks. Tried to put another late rally in the bottom of the 9th inning. And a 9-5 victory for Elevate Northwest. And the DubSea Fish Sticks will finish the season with a 24-15 record.
Fun season for this team, and they finished 9 games above 500. A cold start, but they just turned on the Jets down the stretch of this year. That 5-game win streak against the Redmond Dudes and Everett Merchants, probably the best baseball we watched this team play all year. And tonight the story was the not the Merchants, the Elevate Northwest Bats, really the whole way through. They were consistently putting runners on, and they were consistently bringing them home. They scored in 6 of 9 innings tonight, and that proved to be the difference. The Sticks did out-hit the Sasquatch 14-10, but it didn't matter just because they produced more scoring opportunities that eventually turned into runners. And the free passes come into play as well when you think about that. There was an inning where there were 4 straight walks that brought home a run. There were a few walks outside of that as well. So that put quite a few runners on. But outside of that, just a great season for this team, another great season to be at the Friar. And maybe not as successful as last year, but such a fun team, and a team that just would not die, whatever it took.
2 late 9th inning rallies come up just short. Here's the Dix RBI drive-in of the game, courtesy of Braden Bartholomew, who drives in 2 more RBIs today. Ends the season total at 39 on the season, and by far and away the RBI king for DubSea. As Crispy's taking a few more pitches, but man, we've said it pretty much the entirety of the broadcast. We have been so grateful to bring you all the action here this summer. We're so grateful for all the support we received this year, too. Again, this is the first season of the TV broadcast, and it went so much better than I could have imagined, and so grateful. Here we are again. Kyle, that's Angus. There's Roshan. You can kind of see him a little bit there, the game day operations guy. Taking our seat here. There's
Jack
Jack.
Turner.
Taking it. Oh, we got more waves going on here. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, get Casey in there.
There we go. So there's Casey, the PA announcer, and then there's Jonah.
No one retrieves a road lineup like Casey.
Yep, no one.
No one does it like him. I mean it. I've never seen anything like it. It's a generational talent.
It really is. And there's us. We take our spot each and every night here down the first baseline. Again, we're at the top row, but it's such a great spot to be. And I believe after a couple of cancellations, 43 games, or maybe if I could do math, 39 games on the season. And we were so glad and thankful to bring you each and every one.
Yeah, it's, I'm kind of living the dream right now. I've wanted to do something like this ever since I was a little squirt watching baseball on TV. But no, it's been incredible. To get the chance to do this in such a good environment as well. It was just like, yes, it might not be the biggest league and like the best college players in the nation, but the people show up and show out here in White Center, and it's on a nightly basis as well. Obviously, you're going to have those bigger nights, but every night you can count on a pretty good crowd, and they're here to watch some baseball, and it's just always so fun to be here, and I will miss it.
It was another sellout crowd, the biggest crowd in franchise history. Again, a mark that has been broken multiple times throughout the season. The kids will now come out to run on the field. And a last chance to shout out our broadcast interns. We showed them earlier in this game, but Harrison, Tyson, Oni, we went back and forth in the pronunciation the entirety of the season. And Connor Ryan, our director, we are just so grateful for all the work that they put in. And for the final time this year, for my partner to my right, Angus Strangmo, I am Kyle Sweeney saying so long for the 2026 season. We can't wait to see you next year on the Fish Sticks Network. We'll see what that year brings. Maybe Angus will come back for another season of work. We will see.
Maybe so.
But the cherry on top of the 2026 summer for the DubSea Fish Sticks, I am Kyle Sweeney. Thank you so much for tuning in all summer long, and we will see you on the other end.